Well, let's get started with episode 298 of the Current Gen podcast. My name is Tim. I'm here with Kyle, and Dan, and Vivi is joining us. And Mog? Is that Mog with Vivi?
Sure, we'll say Mog. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a
Say
Moogle,
Mog.
right? Like, not all of them have, yeah.
Listen, whatever
But,
they identify as, Tim, that's their prerogative.
You know what? And I'm happy with that. Moogles can tell me what to call them, and I will call them that. You know why? Because they always sell the best items. That's why. You know, I get my
Hey,
money's
there you
worth
go.
from
I
those.
feel like I'd be
They're
having
good
an
at
Although I
aneurysm
will
too.
say,
if I saw a Moogle in real life. I'd be like, "What is happening right now?
what?
This is-
Yeah, right. I agree.
That'd be delightful.
Also,
though.
Why is everyone being so
Can we-
casual about this thing flying around us?"
can we all agree that despite its excellence and how much we all really enjoyed it, one of the worst things about Rebirth was the dumb Moogle mini games, chasing them around. Like
Yeah.
I hated
Yep.
that so much.
Hated everything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
They
They were
look-
annoying,
No.
and
They looked weird. They looked
No,
weird.
I mean-
don't know why.
yeah, they didn't.
I
look
was
like
think
it.
I think I was too furious in seeing red to see. Like, I don't remember even what they looked like in that game, just because I was just furious during most of that.
It just wasn't fun. Yeah, which is
What's-
funny because that game has a lot of mini games that are pretty fun. Like when you go to
Yeah,
the big
for sure.
Yeah.
carnival
So
place. I forget
when,
what it's
when
called,
you
but
make 100 of them, 20 or 30 are bound to be pretty great, So
Yeah. The math be math.
at you, Mario Party.
Sometimes.
yeah, right, Mario. Exactly. It's a good example.
Yeah. Well, we are right into the holiday gaming release season. We got some major releases that have hit this week. Although, little spoiler alert, I don't think any of us are spending an immense amount of time with stuff like Call of Duty, but we will talk about it because I think I've at least dabbled in it a little bit. Maybe Kyle, you played it a little bit too. I don't know. But that released, and it feels like, and maybe I just don't have my finger on the pulse of what's happening in the gaming chatter. It just feels like no one's talking about Call of Duty. It feels like between Battlefield
Yeah.
6 and Arc Raiders, it feels like Call of Duty is just another one of those for a lot of people. I don't
They're
know. There's
talking
something
about it,
that's
just not in
weird.
a positive way.
Yeah, I've
We'll
seen
get
some
to
pretty
that
negative
too.
stuff, but not
Yeah.
loudly. Like, I do think Arc Raiders really moved in and stole a lot of the space, the noise space.
Yeah, the
if you will.
multiplayer shooting co-op space.
Yeah. I know they're not the same thing. I'm not trying to say that, but yeah, I think it did invade kind of that, like, that talk, a big November kind of fun multiplayer release. So good for it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see if this one ends up performing more poorly. I know it's been on Game Pass for a couple years now, so that's not new. But I'll tell you, it's pretty easy to take it for granted. Like, I don't have to buy Call of Duty. It's just there. Well, I don't know. So I've got some thoughts on that, as well as a few other new games that are out. And then towards the end of the show, we're going to make our predictions for the Game of the Year awards, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, that are going to air in about a month. And their nominees are actually being announced, if you're listening to this on the day this launches, today. So Monday the 17th, when this episode airs. But we are recording it before then. We don't know what the nominees are yet. We're going to make our predictions and see how we do. Next week, we'll tally up our scores. And then, of course, we'll predict the winners, too. Once we have the real nominees, we'll predict those, too. But full disclosure, none of us prepared for this. We kind of messaged right before we started. I'm like, oh, Game Award nominees. Let's just pick. So we're going to pick them. These are the most, like, from the heart or from the hip, depends on how you look at it, picks that we're going to be making. It's going to be great.
This is a real Dan segment here. Just all three of us, just from the heart.
Yeah.
That's right.
All of us.
Yep. I'm just going to pull up my list of games I've played this year and maybe even a little like Metacritic top games of the year just to remind myself that I don't forget something obvious in these predictions. But otherwise, yeah, we'll see how those predictions go. But let's jump right into some music. The video audio is on. There we go. Let's jump right into talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which launched really just yesterday when we're recording this. It launched just recently, and it does feature the cool-looking, very handsome Milo Venti, whatever his name is. I think it's a size.
The boy from
Starbucks
Heroes, right?
drinks.
That guy?
Yeah, the guy from Heroes and
Yes.
from This Is Us. So yeah, he's a good actor. He's very good at what he does, and I think
like him.
like his look for Call of Duty works great. I think the poster with him kind of looking behind the gun, I think he looks great as the Call of Duty like person. But I fired this up, and I'm on PC. It's my own fault, but I immediately had to go into my BIOS and change some new secure boot setting that I guess a lot of games are requiring now, and this is the first time I've had it happen where the game literally says, go change your secure boot settings. And I was like, what is a secure boot? I don't know what that is. So anyway, Had to do some Googling, figured it out, got that going. So I fired this game up, and I quickly realized, and I kind of knew this from playing Black Ops 6 a bunch last year, probably like 45, 50 hours total of just campaign plus a lot of multiplayer. So I should have known this, but in my head, it would be a new experience, but it's the same Call of Duty menu. It's like its own platform. You're like
No,
firing
it's a
up.
hub now. It's been a hub for like
It's Call of
4,
Duty.
maybe even 5
Yeah.
years. Yeah, it's
It's been a while. I just had forgotten that, and so I started up, and I was like, "Did I start up the right thing?" And there it is. Black Ops 7 is right there. Like, okay.
Kind of weird that it's buried too. Like anything you need to get
weird.
to. There's like menus.
It's
and
really
menus,
weird.
Steve.
Part of me is like, just make a regular game. Can you guys just make a regular game?
Oh, we want to make a launcher.
No, they want you to get all mixed up and then spend money like on accident on something. Like,
yes, they do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they want, dude. That's so true. I think they're showing some Warzone here, maybe in this review that we're seeing from Game Ranks. But anyway, so we're watching some Call of Duty B-roll while we chat about it. But I'll tell you this: I like to do the campaign in these games first, or at least start it, and then sometimes I'll do a little multiplayer after that. But I want to get into the campaign. Give me the story, give me the setting. So I did it, and the cutscenes were pretty impressive. You'll see like a little shot of it right here. I think the character models and the animations of them talking, I feel like every year it improves a little bit. Everything looks really sharp. It looks almost lifelike. The shots of you and your crew on the cargo plane getting ready to jump out. It's great. I think all that looks really great. Even when I first started playing, I thought it was great. But then I realized, because I started it, and I was just going to pause it and then come back. But you can't.
Here we go.
So the single player campaign, in my opinion, as someone who loves the campaign, it's broken. It's co-op only, so you have to load in. You can make it private, which I did, where no one else can join you and you can just play it. But it's designed to be co-op, number one, and it's designed to be online all the time, as if you're playing an MMO and you can't pause your game, like Elden Ring. Like what are we doing here? This isn't a FromSoft game. Like what is this? So I was instantly, I legitimately, because I had to go. Like we had things going on with family, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna log off and turn it off. I don't know that I'm gonna play it. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait it out a little bit. I might wait to see if they update this. But it was honestly that annoying of an experience. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in an online only. It feels like I'm playing an online game.
Mention that at all with the previews? Like,
I just haven't followed the previews enough. They might have.
Yeah,
I don't know if they did. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've always said that this is going to be a co-op first, like campaign, but like,
which is
I
fine.
don't know if I don't know if I knew that it was going to be always online and all that stuff. Yeah, and couldn't pause it.
Yeah.
And I think if you just leave it idle, I think it kicks you after 15 minutes too. If what my buddy was saying is correct. I did not pick this up. Microsoft up their cost for everything, and I was like, no. So if I can't play this for free, I'm not going to play it at all. And it sounds like, as a person who also only really plays the campaign, I'm not missing much, because even what's there, from what I understand, is it's not blowing people's skirt up. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So the reviews on this look really good if you just look at the scores. But Kyle, you're right. The individual, like, to me, some of the more trustworthy reviewers out there are like content creators on YouTube who game all the time and they stream all the time, and then they'll do reviews. I trust them these days a lot more than a lot of the video games journalists that are out there. That's just me personally. I end up trusting them a lot more.
I feel that.
It seems unanimous that this is a horrible campaign. Many of them saying it's one of their worst ones, which is a bummer, coming off of a really solid one last year with 6. And so that's even outside of the experience of this weird "are you online or not" feeling when you're playing it. It's even outside of that, just saying the story and the characters, which is a bummer, because right away, the lead character, of course, but also you've got Michael Rooker, who's awesome. He's one of the side characters in your squad. I like him a lot. I immediately recognized his voice and his face. Like, all of it looked really cool and sounded cool. I liked the banter right out of the gate. But man, that experience of like, it almost feels like I'm playing online with other people when I don't want to be. And if I need to take a break or pause there's no checkpoints. You have to start the whole mission over.
Right.
So I was like, well, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to do it. There's too many other good games out there. And which is a bummer, because I've mentioned to you guys, I'm kind of excited for some Call of Duty, man. Last year was a good time, but they're staying consistent. Alternating years are good and bad experiences with their campaigns, it seems like.
I haven't heard anyone talk about the multiplayer. I mean, like you said, it's only been about 24 hours since recording this. Since
I've heard it's decent. People say there's a lot of stuff.
Maybe it's great. I don't know. Like, I don't. Yeah, it's you hear decent.
I've heard there's like 16 maps. I heard it's good. I heard the
Mhm.
But they want you to progress in your leveling up through the campaign, through zombies,
Yeah,
and through multiplayer. So like
right.
even in the campaign, you have challenges like kill this many enemies, do this many things, and part of me likes that, having little like
Sure.
daily or weekly challenges. If you go and replay a campaign mission, I don't
Well,
mind that.
and
But
the campaign kinda ends and drops off with an end game that's like an extraction shooter, which is funny
an
because we were
end
just talking
game,
arc
yeah, that sounds cool.
raiders. So there's like an end
Yeah,
game that like an ongoing kinda thing that you're playing co-op with people that you help run your
but you
game.
have to play the
I don't
campaign to access it.
it does, yeah, right, exactly. It feels
Yeah,
like this game has kind of an identity problem to me. What is it?
yeah.
Is it an always online multiplayer game? Is it a single player campaign?
Yeah,
Is it a co-op?
they
Is
just
it,
said yes to all of it.
yeah, yeah. I think, and I know the game doesn't scale either, so it's like sometimes the game is just hard and for four people, and you're just playing it alone. Like so that there
Right.
is no hard, easy, or normal difficulty. It's just like it's just the difficulty is the difficulty, and sometimes they just throw
Yep.
four people's worth of people at you, and it's just you. And yeah, so I have a couple buddies who've already like quit, the campaign or whatever. We're like diehard Call of Duty people, so.
Hey,
Um,
count me into that group. I am pretty sure I'm not going to go back to this, at least in its current state. I am going to hold out hope that Activision rolls out some additional, like offline one player campaign mode or something where I don't even care if it's
mhm,
offline. Here's the thing, I'm always online anyway. My computer's always connected to the internet. I don't need it. When I mean always online, I mean the experience when you're playing, you're clearly
right.
online and you can't pause it, there's no checkpoints. It feels like a really unintuitive campaign experience. If you were to tell me these are co-op missions, which some Call of Duties have had those before, where you have these strike missions or whatever they were called, where you would go on very specific, PvE missions together, that's totally different. I would expect it to play like this, but this is the campaign and it's playing like that. It's playing like an online PvE
Mhm.
game. I don't know what this is. Are you fighting monsters in this part? I don't know what's
Yeah, because
happening in
even
the
like the
Can't
beginning.
zombie
even
mode you can do
begin.
by yourself, right? It's like,
Yeah,
and
in
that's
most
like
cases, yeah.
touted
But
as a
then that game
multiplayer
like
thing or
gets like
co-op, you know?
a certain wave point, like it's going to be too hard for one person, but like you can always
Sure.
extract and get your experience and yada yada. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the game's always been like good across all modes. It'd be like you can just jump on and play by yourself if you want to, but this game it feels like
Mm-hmm.
they want you to be like no, everything is together always,
It,
and
there's
that's
always just
that's
these
interesting.
games that they try to shove this prerogative down our throats, and it's like we don't want to have our internet connection always on, especially with a single player game, because my assumption is if like you got disconnected, then you get booted, right? Because
Oh
that's
yeah.
usually
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
like
And you have to replay the
the
mission. Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
like
rough.
your
Yeah,
your
that's
root,
rough.
right there, it's like that ruins the experience. God forbid something happens to your internet.
Right.
And some people just don't have people to play with. So like, why are you forcing me to
Hmm.
do co-op on the main story? Like, it's don't force
Yeah,
people to
Okay,
do
right.
these
so
things. Give them options.
think about a game that might have some really cool randoms because it's a niche game and like they're going to be at least into it like you are because it's got a niche audience. A game like Call of Duty, just
Sure.
imagine the types of randos you'd be partnered up with. Like everyone plays Call of Duty, and I have a
Yeah,
real
that's
bad
true.
feeling who you'd get
Well,
paired
I
up
think that's
with because
why,
I'm like,
like, I know we keep on saying arc raiders, but like that game is attracting a certain type of gamer, and it sounds like for the most part the community is like good. Like they're pretty nice to each other and stuff like that. So it's just like you're right though. This does attract too many people. It's too many different personality
yeah,
types. You're gonna get bad.
yeah,
You're gonna get bad players in this.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so, well, that's enough Call of Duty because we're not even spending a lot of time playing it. Will I go back and play the campaign? Yes, if they change the way that it requires you to play it. Right now, it honestly does feel like they're trying to turn it all into a Warzone-like experience where it's all online, and I
Mm,
don't know, there's something weird about it that just makes me not enjoy it. So there's that, but then multiplayer, I could see myself diving back in because I did have a lot of fun with last year's multiplayer.
yeah.
I'm sure it's the
Part of
same
me just wants to
movement and the same
re-download.
everything.
I just want to
So
re-download Black Ops 6 a little bit and just play that maybe. I don't know. I
I'm
just
sure
like
plenty
that
of
game a
people
lot.
are doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. But hey, that's not the only game that is out this week. I wanted to highlight this one because we've talked about it a couple times, but now it is fully released, and that is Dispatch. All 8
Hey.
episodes are now available. Not that the game wasn't released before, but if you didn't like to wait for the episodic content, well, now the whole thing is out, and I'm assuming they'll do multiple seasons or have a sequel of some kind to this. I would assume. But Kyle, I know you spent some time playing it. I fired it up today for the first time. Only got
Oh,
through that opening kind of intro of how you join this group to become,
uh-huh.
to dispatch. So I only did that intro, which was wild. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be violent. I didn't know it was like boys level of like, holy crap, that
Yeah,
guy's
it's invincible with
wiener just hanging
boys. Yeah,
out.
it's rated
Got it.
R.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
do not play this
Yeah.
with your kid. Like, there is some very sexual stuff in this
Right.
too. So, like,
The
just
very first
mind
fight
your
is like there's a
audience.
penis hanging in your screen, like
Oh yeah,
for that
yeah.
whole first fight.
Vulgar.
It's
It's a
just
very
dangling right
vulgar.
there.
Yeah.
Like a clock, like the
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger
Like a
clock.
Well,
broken
it's funny because
windmill.
Aaron Paul, who by the way, Aaron Paul already perfect cast for that voice
Yeah,
for that main guy. Like
dry.
I
Yeah,
so good. He's got a good voice for
yeah.
this.
He's great.
But right away when that happens, he just looks at the guy and goes, "Nice dick," and then they start fighting. You know what I mean? Like it's so funny.
Yeah.
Or no, he actually says cool. He said because the guy's like covered in this green toxic slime, and he goes, "Cool dick," and they start fighting. It's just really funny. So yeah, I thought this game was so far. I think this game is awesome. It is like playing a cartoon, a high quality animated
This is what it
show.
looks like if you're watching our podcast right now.
Right.
Like the video, like that's not like, yes, it's a cutscene, but like that's what the game looks
It's
like.
sharp.
Like,
But it's
that's,
interactive. You can interact with the
yeah, it's
fights, with
interactive.
this
Yeah.
dialogue. Yeah, very interactive. It feels very seamless. Kyle, does it feel that way for most of the game as you're
You
interacting
know,
with these scenes?
with this is like a Telltale spinoff, like Dev, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a
You know,
bunch of
and it's
former
very,
devs from there. I think.
yeah, it's very much of that nature. But I got to be honest, like in old Telltale games, I love those games. Hated everything about walking around environments and like having panic attacks about, did I press X enough time on every freaking surface in this entire area?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
completely take all that away. Like there's no walking around. You're just going from talking to talking to
good.
talking to your dispatch mini game, and then you have some
Fine with
hacking
me. Yeah.
games. And I absolutely love everything about that. It keeps the pacing crisp and ongoing. I'm only worrying about things that are happening when I'm engaging with the mechanics of the game, and not because like I didn't search every stupid nook and cranny in a poorly rendered environment in a Telltale game. Again, I love those games. I know it sounds like ultra
Yeah.
critical, but like I just didn't like walking around with those tank controls
I
in
agree
those
with
games.
you.
Yeah, it didn't feel good.
Um,
Didn't feel good.
Never felt good. Yeah. This is exactly all the fats trimmed off. Every episode is like an hour. Some are about 45 minutes. I think 8 episodes took 8 hours for me. So some were a little less, some were a little more, maybe. I did end up beating it, and there are so many variant ways I like to go about like getting to things or story elements of this game that like I'm already gonna start another playthrough, probably either starting tomorrow or the next day
Oh,
or something. I'm
nice.
like, oh yeah, I could spend another 8 hours playing this game.
Yeah.
It's
So
amazing.
you're
I think
saying
the
your
story is
decisions you
amazing.
make really do alter the experience.
I'm
It really
pretty
does
sure
alter the
they
game.
do. Yeah, like you have two main romantic interests, and like they couldn't be more different. And those are like story paths, and they're not just like love stories. Like they're just kind of like different sides of either
Hmm.
superherodom or maybe more anti-herodom. So
Uh-huh.
it's really
Yep.
cool. I really like this game a lot. And like you're kind of to kind of give it some insight. You're dispatching superheroes. You yourself are like a Iron Man type, but your suit kind of gets out of commission. So they hire you to kind of dispatch other heroes into the field. But these aren't really heroes. This is part of like a program of like ex supervillains that are like reformed heroes, and this is their chance to kind of
Hmm.
prove to the city that they're like good people. But these people all like they're assholes, and it's so great interacting with them because like
So
you
it's
can like
Suicide Squad.
reciprocate. It's Suicide Squad, yeah, and
Oh
you can
yeah.
reciprocate
Suicide
in a
Squad.
very assholey way too if that's kind of what you want to play into. No version of this game are you a Boy Scout, I would say. Like you're just kind of varying degrees of like I don't know, over it as your character of
Snark.
Mecha Man, as they call him, and he's great. I couldn't believe how much I love this game. And Jeff was talking about it nonstop and kind of chat and stuff like that. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, he likes these games. It's probably like okay, like it can't be. There's no way it's that good. But then everybody started saying kind of the same thing. I think it was by episode
Yeah.
3, I was like, oh, I have to like knock something off my top 10 list, which is already stupid filled.
Yep.
I'm like, I have to like kill a baby now because this game totally rocked. It
Sometimes you
totally
gotta
The,
do
the
it.
made
character
me.
design and art style actually reminds me a little bit of Hi-Fi Rush. Like I love this kind of comic
Yeah,
book
sure.
art
I see
Yeah,
style.
that.
yeah.
Especially the main character reminds me of the lead from
Yeah,
Hi-Fi
it's
Rush.
just it's
So
really
I
sharp
love it. Really
Yeah,
sharp. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and animated really
Yeah.
well.
It's
Like
only
you see all the facial expressions. It's just really well done. Like they
it's
didn't
super well
because
done.
like
Yeah,
the Telltale games, like they animated, but it wasn't. I don't know. Sometimes it was a little stiff,
Yeah,
a little
They
bit.
had a unique look.
it's crude too. But it was a very
Yeah,
like kind of crude animation and stuff like that. Like
It was.
it was. This is like
yeah.
hyper stylized. It feels like and hand drawn. I don't know if it really is, but it
Looks
just
like it.
looks crisp and nice and good. And you got a cute
It
little
looks like a show that we
dog.
would watch on Netflix and recommend to each
It is,
other. That's
yeah.
what it looks like.
I watch this show every year on Amazon. Invincible, like Invincible, looks pretty much like this, and I would say that like this is one of like the better superhero stories to be told in like the last, I don't know, even when Marvel was at its height. Like I just like this was
Wow.
way more like you just connected to everybody like in this whole game. At least I did with all the characters because all the characters are so different. Your team members or whatever, they're so different and um, very cool and well thought out with interesting powers, and you have to make sure you're sending the right people to the right jobs. And um, I did bad through this whole game. I sent the wrong person almost always to the job. I sucked at this game, so which is why I wanted to play it again. I was like, I don't know if I could have been a worse dispatcher. Like I was just the absolute worst at it, and it's not hard, you know. It's just like I didn't really get it until like halfway through the game, and it was like way too late by then. I had already kind of have a reputation of just like being kind of a screw up, you know, supervisor. So,
I love that. Dude, I
but it's
can't wait.
cool.
I started it today and I was already super hooked. You know what it was? I bought it. It's only $30, but I
Yeah,
had installed Call of Duty, all the updates and shaders, and done the dumb BIOS thing. And then I actually was like, I'm buying Dispatch. This full game is out. I'm playing this game. So I had them both kind of roughly on the same time, finished downloading, ready to play. But I was like, I'm gonna fire up Call of Duty first. Let's get into this thing. I was so put off by it, and I think knowing there was an awesome game waiting for me helped me quickly be like, I'm out. I'm not gonna
you're
do
like
this.
I'm
I'm not
getting out of
playing this
here.
weird single player game. So I did play this opening,
A
and they have
single
this
player.
little like kind of, yeah, exactly, this little like hacking mini game that you use a bunch. They have you do that pretty early on too. But you can, by the way, if you don't like QuickTime events, if you don't like the interactive kind of cutscenes, you can turn those off and just watch. Like
Yeah,
it actually gives
you
you that
can.
option right at the beginning.
Mm.
Like, do you want to do interactive cutscenes? Yes or no? I do, because I even during the fights where I'm playing on PC, so it's like click and drag this direction or click in this timing, and I'm sure with a controller, it's just hit this button and move your analog stick probably.
Right.
Um, but if you don't want to do that, if you want to kind of just disengage and maybe eat a snack while you watch some of these cutscenes, you totally can. Like you could just
Yeah.
watch it like a show.
And
That's pretty
it
cool.
is as interesting as a show. Like next playthrough I'm gonna do since I already played it, I am gonna turn off the interactive stuff because I already done that, and like you know now I'll be able
Totally.
to be like just put my controller down and watch. You know, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be, and it's gonna be like returning back to a show and watching a show that I liked before, but maybe a little bit different this time because again I feel like
Yeah.
there's two major paths. I don't want to make it seem like there's like this spider web of you know like craziness or whatever,
Yeah.
but there's like two major paths with like 4 to 5 like major decisions maybe down each path. And I think everyone's gonna have a pretty unique story. Even when Jeff and I were like trading stories, I was just like, I didn't do any of that. Like he went down the other, you know, the other main path, I would say. So
Yeah. Yeah.
good. It's just this game's incredible. I was really blown away
Yeah.
by how good it was. I was totally blown away. And what's
Like
the feel good story
I have
too is
no
this.
qualms with this being game of the year material. Like at first I was like, I don't know, like maybe, but I saw the reviews. I heard you guys talking about it. Even just playing the opening, whatever it is, 30 minutes. I'm like, this is fantastic. It
I
looks
could
amazing.
it would shock if
It's so good.
if Dan ends up playing this like it would shock me if this doesn't end up in our collective top 10, like even if
Oh,
it's not on
I
one
already
of your
nabbed
top
it.
tens, you know. Yeah,
Did you grab
great,
it, Dan?
awesome.
Okay.
This is a
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
good
yeah.
story
I
too,
nabbed it
guys,
like when it
because
wasn't fully out. So
this
But you were
game
waiting for the 8th episode to hit. Yeah.
the dev like ran out of money while making this game, and the
oh,
like the CEOs and the owners of the thing did a good guy thing, and they actually surrendered their like salaries to like pay the devs to
oh
kind of
wow.
go into overtime and create it. And then Critical Role came in and helped finance the rest of the game, and like now it's finally
Oh,
coming out. Like they were gonna give up, like they were running out of money, and Critical Role like fronted them the money to finish up because I think they thought that was so like the idea was so cool.
they,
Like this, we
some of those
shouldn't
people
have
did the
this game
VO,
right
right?
now, and now it's a huge win. You know, it's like it's a
Yeah.
gaming cultural hit. You know, and like
Didn't
it may have
Critical
not
Role
gotten.
play a voice part too? I think Dan was saying that, wasn't
I think so. Maybe
Yeah, some of those actors.
I think so. I think you might be right. Yeah.
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 Yeah, man, it's really good. I can't recommend it enough. But again, it's not for kids for sure. So make sure it's, you know,
Yeah.
just with the adults. It is rated R, so just think of if The Boys or Invincible is too much, which it's gonna be for little kids,
Yeah.
then yeah, maybe just be careful with who's around while you're playing it. That being said,
Yeah.
the quality's all there. Just if it's a rated M, rated R, whatever movie or show, and whenever you would find time to watch it or play it, dude, it's really high
Yeah.
quality. It's really good. Yeah, so I'm absolutely digging it too. Well, I'm glad, and you finished it. So and I think Jeff is either about to or has finished it as
I
well.
think he finished it last night. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I hope this one gets all the sales that it needs to make back their money and more, so they can keep making stuff. And don't take on
Yeah.
too many IPs, guys. Don't do what you did at Telltale. I don't know whose decision that was. You took
Right.
on too much at once. Just knock out a really awesome original project like this, and either keep growing it or do another new idea you
I
have. Yeah.
I would just stay in contact with Aaron Paul and Critical Role and just keep on making this. Like people like this. They like the creator was kind of like, "Why we might make a season 2," even though like when the game ends, you're like, "This is absolutely like a series." And he's being really
Yeah.
coy. You know, it's like I think we might work on a season 2. This is doing pretty well, and I'm like, was that not the
Maybe they were
plan? Like I don't
unsure.
know. I played your game. Like it felt like there's a like a bigger picture, or bigger thing going on. Even though this game
But
does
money wise,
resolve
maybe they
like
were unsure because you said they ran out of
well,
money.
again,
So
yeah,
maybe
they
they were
did
like,
barely get to the finish line, so I think he is probably just being a
yeah,
little
yeah,
humble, to be honest. Yeah, or they,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
guy or girl or whatever. But yeah, like just the company were saying, yeah, like that. They're gonna see how it goes. So you're right. I did
Well,
just
it
say that
seems like it's
they
been
barely
doing
made it to
well.
the finish line.
It peaked at 220,000 concurrent players
That's
just on
great.
Steam alone.
That's
Wow.
great.
So that is really, really good. I mean, think about
Yeah.
other popular games
Good.
like even Path of Exile or Dead by Daylight. It's above those. You know what I mean? Like that's
Well,
crazy. So
once streamers get their hands on this stuff, it
Oh
just
yeah.
they become hits, man. Like that's just what it is. And
yeah,
like many
This
mainstream
is a good stream
streamers
game.
got into this.
An
It is
excellent
it is
stream.
a good
already
stream.
like cosplay. I'm sorry, anime convention seasons going on, kind of October, November. And like people are showing up all during these last couple of weekends, like in cosplay of these characters. They threw together entire costumes already for this game. Like this game is like taking off in like a really interesting way across a lot of different subcultures. So yeah,
Love it.
very exciting.
Yeah, it's a really good one. All right, also out, and I can confirm at least with my opening few minutes with it. And I played a demo for this game probably 2 years ago called Gigasword, and it is out now. And so I've got it on my Switch. I played it for a little bit. I haven't had as much time as I wanted to play it, but so far it's really cool. It's this combination between, I mean, they call it a Metroidvania, but to me, it's got elements that are kind of like Shovel Knight, elements that are kind of like a Metroid. Um, there's kind of a bunch of unique things about it, maybe even a little bit old school Zelda too. Like, I don't know, there's elements of it that are really
Mm.
interesting. A lot of puzzle solving. You use this gigantic sword that is the size of you to fight, of course, but also to traverse the environment, to solve puzzles. It's just a really interesting use for this gigantic sword that is super. And there's a kind of a cool little story going on with it too. You're part of this little village, and there's these protectors who are guarding this magic crystal. There's always a magic crystal, but there are these owl-like beings called
Always.
nocturnes. These guys right
Okay.
here, you see the owls with the cool armor, and they have these giant swords. Well, this guy ends up befriending your main character when the main character's a little kid. He's this little like Aladdin type kid living on the streets, and he's starving. And so this owl nocturne guy starts kind of providing for him, and things unfold. And eventually, this little kid has this sword, and he's trying to fight against the forces of evil, like the owls have been. It's really cool. It's just kind of this cool little lore story, but also a very neat side-scrolling action adventure game. It reminds me of course, a really good colorized Game Boy type game that I would just get sucked into with very
Yeah.
basic but fun puzzles and environments. You know, everything's kind of square based. It's all side scrolling. It's not going to blow you away in that department, but I think it has just enough going for it visually that that it looks really cool. But if you've got that nostalgic itch or you like, you know, puzzle platforming and, you know, action games like this, absolutely give it a look. I think the demo might still be available. So yeah, give this one a look. I
This
think
game
it's
looks
really,
super cool.
really cool.
I like
Well, he
Yeah,
just
how
it's
like
called
went through
like
the ice like that.
Gigasword.
I like how like I
Yeah.
don't know, clear you can see his face because of how big they made his eyes, and they
Yeah.
populate like pop make him pop with like
His
the
eyes
blue
are
eyes
also
and stuff.
giga
Yeah, like
sized.
I don't know,
Giga
he
eyes.
looks really expressive, as like
Giga
just being a
eyes.
little pixel art guy.
It is on every platform too, so you can get it anywhere. It's right around 20, 25 bucks, something in that range. So yeah, very, very good game there. Also out this week, we have Where Winds Meet. There's no the in there. Where Winds Meet. I'm hearing. Tell me if you guys are hearing the same thing. I'm hearing like really good things about this game, even though the
Yeah.
overall critic reviews aren't crazy high. Individuals like streamers and again, like I talked about, YouTube content
Yeah.
creators, they seem to be loving it. So I don't know where the
Right.
disconnect is between Call of Duty getting like 84 average from critics, but YouTubers hating it, and now you've got Where Winds Meet, where critics are giving it like a 70 average, but YouTubers love it. So there's some kind of disconnect going on between both of these games. But I've heard great things about it overall, and it looks really
Same.
pretty. But it's free to play. Like,
Yeah, and it
I don't know.
is
That's
just
always
it
the
is a single player open world, RPG. There are aspects of it that make it PvP that you can go in and interact with other players, but like really like, when you're not like walking around and like seeing a bunch of people like Honkai Star Rail or whatever, at least I don't think you are. But like it is just
Mm.
a single player, kind of like open world like game that's, grind heavy from what I understand, unless you kind of pump some real
Yeah.
life money into it. But like you can play the whole game without putting money into it if this becomes your thing or whatever. I was
Yeah.
saying in chat, I just worry that they were saying there's like a dozen different in-world currencies, and I'm like, that's the second you start doing stuff like that, I get really mad.
I don't want to swap
You
red
just see the
gems for yellow
in the
gems or
corner.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. You just
it's
see
just like
all of them in the corner,
Yeah, and then you never have enough of any
No.
of them, and there's always a buy button right next
Right.
to it, being like, if you don't have enough, you can buy
Sure.
some.
And there's a
I'm
little
not into
timer
that,
that's
but
like, you have 23 more hours till this replenishes. You're like, oh, I
yeah,
don't want to do it like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, it's really good. The trailers make the action seem really like fast paced. But whenever I was
It
reading
does.
more into it, it does seem a little more deliberate. So
Okay.
people were saying don't think Devil May Cry or Nier or anything
Sure.
like that in terms of its combat. Like I'm not saying think of it like a Souls like either, but slower like that, if you mind, a little more like
Sure.
thoughtful.
A little
In
more
terms of like
purposeful.
probably a purposeful and stamina bars and yada yada. So
Yeah.
yeah, but like it does seem like a really cool game, and I do want to check it out. I totally just spaced it because Dispatch became my whole life these last 3 days or so.
I just noticed, by the way, in this Gaming Bolt
Yes,
video, they named the main character Solid Snake. Did you see that?
Oh, did they really?
Oh.
Yeah.
They're good people over there
choice.
at Gaming Bolt, man.
Solid
Yeah, they're good.
Snake.
They're just solid people over there,
Yeah. Which is funny. That means you can name your character
Colonel.
anything. So you could be like Butt Muncher, but you're like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you could
Sure.
name yourself whatever.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah, Where Winds
Crab
Meet is
bag.
out. It's free to play, so like there's nothing stopping any of you from
You should
going to
try it,
try
man.
it. So go give it a try.
Huge
I tip-
successful game in China. Like it has been out over there
Yeah.
for like a year or two, and it's like insanely popular over there.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's already doing well here. Like speaking of Steam charts, it's already up those charts pretty high. And it's free to play, so it's going to draw at least a certain number of people who are curious about it. And like you said, if the content is good, if the gameplay is fun, people will stay. Make a good game,
Yeah.
people will play it. Who knew?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shocking.
So
That's crazy, Tim.
yeah, there you go. Where Winds Meet is out now. So is the newest strategy city building game from Ubisoft,
Yeah.
Anno 117, Anno 117, Pax Romana. This is their official deep dive trailer they did right before the game came out. I think this game looks really cool. It's got a lot of the things that you want in a city builder. You really have to be careful about where you place things. Sometimes you have to destroy things and like put them in the right spot, make sure everyone's needs are met, other happiness needs all met so they can upgrade. And it's all that kind of stuff. If you've ever played a city builder, you know what to expect with a lot of this. The Anno games do a really good job of it. They're very complex. You're setting up trade routes and all kinds of things. They're complex games, but they're not overwhelmingly so. I don't think it's too much for anyone. But if you don't like that kind of management, maybe it's not the game for you. If you'd rather do something simpler, there are simpler city builders out there. But
I've
it's a
really
pretty
wanted
one.
to
It looks
get
cool.
into one of these. I haven't done it yet, but
My favorite one so far was
Very
the
detailed.
1800 one. I loved it. I loved kind of that industrial, that
okay.
industrial look of the 1800 one. I loved
Yeah.
that one. It was really
Yeah,
really
because they
good.
have the different settings, like right, there's all the different years, like 17 something
Yeah,
or whatever.
they did a
and
future one
There's a
too, like
there's a
Anno
future
20
one too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
I do like how detailed it is
So yeah,
whenever it zooms in, like all the people running around, like everything
Yeah.
looks
yeah,
really, really
That's
high
what I mean.
quality.
Yeah, it's very sharp and very detailed.
yeah. So yeah, Ubisoft continuing with this series, which is interesting because I always thought they would drop the series that aren't doing much, but this is one that I don't know if someone internally loves it. Maybe it does great numbers that I'm just unaware of. I never hear many people talking about it. Like pretty much everyone
I
I
always
talk
have
to
to be
about games are like,
reminded
"Oh,
Yeah,
Ubisoft makes one of
yeah,
these. I'm like, oh, they do other
yeah,
I
things
know, right?
besides open world RPG
yeah,
games.
yeah."
I wonder if
Great.
there's towers in this. Is there towers?
It's
There's
cliffs.
certainly towers, but can you climb them? I don't think so. I don't think you can climb them. So yeah, Anno 117 is out now. All right. Also out this week, we talked about this a few times, but just mentioning that it is available, is Winterboro. This is out on all platforms,
yeah.
including Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you can try it there for free. I feel like the Switch would be a great place to play this. So that's if I do get it, that's probably where I'll get it. Yeah, it's a very cozy little survival game where you're a field mouse trying to survive in winter.
Yeah, I didn't even play the demo
Yeah.
yet, but I remember when I
Yeah.
first showed my wife, and I was like, "Listen, looks like there's probably gonna be some sad shit that goes on in here." So
Yeah.
I mentally prepared her
Yeah.
for it. Oh,
Yeah, don't get attached to
Um,
anything in games like this. You never know. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Winterboro is out now. Also out now is Goodnight Universe. Sounds like it's a pretty short playthrough if you guys are interested in this. This is the folks who did Before Your Eyes, which was, I think, on any platform that you had to have a camera. I'm pretty sure this is the one where you had to have a camera and it would like, you had to actually close your eyes or like squint and do all these things with your eyes.
Mhm.
Anyway, so it's a very creative developer with storytelling. This one is from the perspective of this little baby. And
Sure.
yeah, I don't know much about it other than it's called Goodnight Universe. But yeah, it's a point and click adventure type of a game from an interesting perspective. So that is
I do
out
miss
now
being a
too.
baby.
Do you
Yeah,
remember it?
if you ever Baby Simulator, there it is. Yeah. Also out this week is it Luminous? We've talked about this before. Luminous?
Oh,
Arise?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want this game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want this game so bad.
Yeah, people are loving
Just,
it. It's got that
yeah, it's getting good
Tetris
reviews.
Connect.
I just
Yeah.
like my whole identity with playing this game was on like the PlayStation Vita and the PSP and stuff like that. So it's like it feels
Yeah.
weird to like pay a $45 game like on a console.
That's fair.
You know, like not that it
Yeah.
doesn't belong there, but like it's just like I'm having a hard time talking myself into it for whatever reason. But these games
Well,
are
I
known
think
for
there's
their
a
great
VR
soundtrack.
version of it too. If you've got the VR headset, this is a chance
Not
to.
PlayStation.
Because some of these you can tell would be cool in VR, right? With all the stuff coming.
Yeah,
out of it,
sure.
Kind of cool.
I feel like coming out of VR after playing this for a while is gonna be rough. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like to me.
You might need to have some migraine meds ready to go. But yeah, this is out now, and people are, of course, loving that as well. We have a game from Heart Machine, the folks who are really going through some upheaval at their offices. We've talked about that. About there's some people getting let go.
Yeah.
The Hyperlight Drifter and Breaker team. This game called Possessors, also published by Devolver. It looks cool, looks interesting. It's not getting the best reviews. It seems relatively somewhere between mixed
Yeah.
to just okay reviews from users and critics, which is a
Shame.
bummer
Which is
because
a
I think
bummer
the
because I like
style
the
of
art
it.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the style of it's really cool. Yeah, but anyway, I don't think I'll give it a try. I don't have it high on my list.
Not mine either.
I do like unique side scrollers like this. This is all just the animated opening. I think it gets to the gameplay. Here we go. There's elements of this that look really cool, but
Yeah.
but anyway, that is out now. If you want to go give it a try, from the team at Heart Machine. It is weird when you know that the team is essentially kind of slowly going away. I'll be surprised if Heart Machine still exists for too much longer with how they're trimming things back. So it's kind of like, all right, if I buy this, who am I supporting? The publisher who's
What are
Yeah,
you
it was like-
breaking that team
supporting?
up? Or yeah.
It was like when I bought Visions of Mana, they would like, what was it, like a week before the freaking game came out? They were
my
like, all right, you
gosh.
guys are just
Yeah.
gone.
So,
I was like,
so
are you
ridiculous.
what? Like, you didn't even give it a chance to sell or anything. Like,
I know. Such jerks. All right. Also out this week, we've got Rue Valley. Now, the team behind this didn't even try to pretend like it wasn't inspired by Disco Elysium and other kind of whatever adventure RPGs, CRPGs, whatever you want to call them, where you're walking around, exploring, talking to people, finding items, trying to solve this mystery. It's got a very similar vibe to Disco Elysium, maybe a little less grimy or kind of that splash painter look, a little less of that. It's a little clean compared to that one. But I get very similar vibes from it. But yeah, I think it looks cool.
Does look similar.
I'm interested in it. I'm interested in giving it a try at some point, but wanted to highlight it in case anyone else wants to give Rue Valley, R-U-E Valley. Oh, look, let me find the title screen. There it is. It is on everything. So if you want to go give it a look, it is on all of it. All right. And I think that is it for new stuff this week. There's a couple of re-releases, remasters that are out. There's the Sacred 2, which we talked about before. That remaster is out. There's the anniversary edition of Fallout 4 has hit consoles and PC, and then it's coming to Switch 2 early in 2026 as well. If you want to play Fallout 4, an upgraded version with all the DLC and all the updates that they've added, it's all going to be included, which is really cool that they're doing that. So I think that's it for new games. Did I miss anything? Do you guys know of anything else?
Sounds all covered.
Yeah, I think that's all of it. Well, listen, we talked about Call of Duty for a bit. The general sentiment around that game is negative, and I realized I was really negative on it about its single player because I can't play it the way I want to. Sorry, it's just how I feel about it. But I'm not alone. Everyone has a lot of strong opinions about Call of Duty already, and like you guys said, maybe we're not hearing about a lot of people playing it, but we are hearing a lot of negativity around it. One of the things that surprised me, I probably wouldn't have guessed that they would have used AI for this, but there are public-facing AI-generated assets being used in Black Ops 7, and people are finding them.
And what does that mean? What
I'll
exactly?
show you some examples.
Oh,
I'll show you.
great.
There was a loading screen. So there was a loading screen that was this right here for their zombie stuff. And people were like, why does he have 6 fingers? Why does it not look quite right? Why does it look like AI?
Yeah, he does have 6 fingers, yeah.
And Activision, after a lot of hubbub about it in the first couple days of release here, they admitted they used generative AI for in-game assets. And it's
they could just never get the hands right. Just never.
You would think by now they're like, since the hands are the thing that always gives us away, we should figure out a way to code making hands right in this thing better.
And this is like a loading screen, I think, for the zombie stuff. But this isn't the only thing. Here's another one. Someone on X posted this. So these are like the little awards you can get.
Okay.
And they used generative AI, and it looks to me a lot like a mobile games rewards or like challenges you're supposed to do.
Sure.
But they used it to kind of create this anime kind of fun approach to getting, but it's all AI that created this stuff.
It's not even like in theme. I don't even understand like what's the
I'm
it's
so
fantasy
confused.
and dragons theme and like a space sci-fi military shooter.
I'm
like,
so confused by this.
I don't understand the relationship at all. But
honestly, it's making way more sense now the way that this game is like been put together with the campaign, the way it just this seems like some asshole at the top was just like, listen, AI, blah blah blah. Let's get this. Pump this out as fast as because obviously they have the multiple teams, so they can they have a little room to breathe here. But like
that's right.
I think from up high something happened where they were like, listen, just get this done as quick as possible, as cheaply as possible. Call of Duty, we're gonna sell it because people are suckers. Like I don't know. I just feel like somebody who makes way too much money made a decision to make this really terrible. That's just the vibe I'm getting.
Yep. I completely agree. And this is very odd. To me, it's just like this in and of itself is not a game changer for me. Like if I was loving the game, I'd be like, yeah, it's weird, but whatever. I don't really care. They're using AI for some of this. But when you've got a weird, like you mentioned earlier, Kyle, this weird like identity crisis that Call of Duty is in right now, this just adds to that confusion. Like, so are you a AI generated mobile game too? Like, what are you? Like, what are we doing? And people look at this and they
What are
just
we
say
doing?
it looks like AI slop that you'll see, whether it's this weird Santa Claus or these weird
Yeah.
little anime reward images. It's like it feels like something you would see in the eShop or in the mobile store that you skim past. You're like, ugh, I don't want this garbage. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah,
not that the
yeah,
art style is bad, but it's clearly not. I don't know. It's it feels
Made by a
misleading, and
person.
so it
yeah,
shuts my brain
yeah.
off from wanting to engage. You know, it's very weird, very strange, in my opinion. But anyway,
It all
so
is, Tim.
Activision has officially um, confirmed this. So, of course, users on social media were all over it. We've got incredible investigators, keyboard warriors that are doing the good work when stuff like this happens. And so, Activision reiterated its use of AI tools. Here's their quote. They start like this. This almost sounds like one of my kids when they get in trouble. They point to all the other kids saying, "Look, they did it too." So this is what Activision says.
Oh, for
Like so
God's
many
sakes.
around the world. Oh
Mm.
boy, like so many
Oh
around.
God,
Got it. Okay.
everybody
Like
That
else
so
is
worked
many
out
around the
different.
world.
for Hitler. That worked out great for
Yeah.
Hitler, right? It's like, well, I
Oh
mean,
my.
these
Oh
other
my
people
gosh.
are.
Like so
Stalin
many around the
killed
world,
like a million, you know.
we use a variety of digital tools, including AI tools. Those are just one of many types of tools that we use to empower and
Mhm.
support our teams to create the best gaming experiences possible for our players. Our creative process continues to be led by the talented individuals in our studios. There's some things that I think they're missing, leaving out there. One of them is the creative process continues to be led by the talented individuals that remain in our studio. You know what I mean? It's like the people that are still left over, like people that we haven't
Yeah,
fired yet.
right.
Sure.
Like, yeah, that's true. It
Jesus.
is being led by talented individuals, but I don't know, man. Something about all this is just
Well,
icky and
like
weird, and
even the
yeah,
extraction shooter portion of like the campaign is just on the foundation of the DMZ mode that they've been in beta for the last like 4 games, you know what I mean? And then that became like a zombies mode a couple games ago. They've been doing this extraction shooter like thing for a while now. So it's like even this is just like a carryover like thing. It's just weird to me. It feels like they're selling everybody DLC again. And they did this with like Modern Warfare 3 where they're like, hey guys, we have $70 DLC for you, and you're all gonna buy it. And I'm like, I think everyone kind of caught on to it then, and they're doing it again. And I think people are not
yeah,
biting this time, which is why you're hearing a lot of this like negative discourse, maybe because I think people feel like they were gonna or got duped again, you know.
yep,
Um,
Well,
yep,
which is not great.
agreed.
I think
it's
Call of Duty
gonna.
is really great, like when they're at their best. I think that like
I do too.
the yeah, I think that they're really solid. I mean, they're the only thing that could like took down Halo. You know, Halo was like a runaway juggernaut in the entire genre, and like it's
It
like
was unstoppable.
we don't even talk about
Hmm.
Halo anymore. They killed it. Like
Yeah,
they killed Halo.
yeah,
But I just know that there's better things like for this franchise, and I don't know if like their own creators know how to like handle, or at least like EA,
I
not maybe not the devs. I don't ever want to blame the devs. I feel like everyone's always getting chatter in their ear, you know, to follow certain like guidelines or check boxes and stuff like that. And you get crap like this, man. You know, on the heels of what was the best Call of Duty in years, right? Last year, everyone I think agrees that like that was a very very good entry. Just very weird to have a misstep like
overall,
this
yeah.
right after that.
It makes sense with everything going. Honestly, like, and because I'm sure with you guys too at your jobs, AI is being discussed how it can be used. Like, we're
oh
in
yeah.
this freaking freight train just flying forward at a million miles an hour. These people again, again, I just sound like this guy that's just like these fucking people at the top, but it really is though because like it's
Yeah.
just they don't care. Even at my job, like people are getting like what is um what is the studio that was just given the guys that are Subnautica 2 where they were like, hey, like basically kind of forced to like leave, right? Like we'll give you money, like we'll give you the
Oh,
severance or
Severance.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's happening at my work. Like people at a certain age, they're like, hey, like you wanted, like, cause you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, because they are so desperate to just buy this software to do hundreds of people's jobs because it's gonna be cheaper, which means it's more money in their pocket. It's all these bastards care about, and it's so
Yep,
frustrating because it's like
I
I
know.
think AI can be useful. It could,
Totally.
but like with anything else,
Mhm.
when humans get their hands on it, we just ruin it. Just
Dude,
make it
I so agree with what
terrible.
you're saying there, where it's like
Yeah.
The tool itself, in this case, some cases it's not that, but in this case, I think it's fair to say the tool itself isn't the problem, in my opinion. It's the way people are using
Yeah.
it. Like it's the way that's being
Yeah.
programmed. It's the way that you're utilizing it. You're losing jobs because of it. Like to me, that's when it becomes a bigger, obviously a bigger issue. But
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Well, in a little bit brighter news, if you are wanting to replay the original Red Dead Redemption, you can, with some new improvements. I mean, you can already play it everywhere, but now there's going to be I don't know what they're calling it. Are they calling it something official? Some new?
Is it a
I don't think
remaster?
they're calling it anything special. But it's coming to the Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series S and mobile devices on December 2nd. It's going to include the Undead Nightmare expansion, which is phenomenal. I finally played it this past year, or I guess it was last year. Finally finished that DLC, which I had never finished. Love it. It's so fun. I even love the post-game thing that they do at the end of that to allow you to keep exploring. It's super fun and funny. They clearly had a lot of fun with that. But now you can play it with on the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions. You'll be able to have resolutions up to 4K with 60 frames per second, enhanced by image quality and HDR support. Keep in mind, this was previously only on the Xbox One, as well as the Xbox One X, as well as the PS4. So you could play it on the new consoles. It was just kind of a last-gen version of it. And same with the Switch. It's on Nintendo Switch. But now you got a Switch 2 version, which is going to run at 60 frames per second and support DLSS and HDR.
Nice.
And optional mouse controls, which is kind of an interesting thing they're including that even Nintendo doesn't include on other games for some reason, but Rockstar is doing it. And then it's a free upgrade if you already own it on the Switch, PS4, or Xbox One X. Then, or whatever it is, Xbox One X? Is that what it was? Anyway, the previous gen. If you owned it on the previous gen, you can get a free upgrade to the new gen, which is kind of nice that they're doing that. Yeah, no one cares. That's true.
That's awesome.
They're really good at naming consoles.
This is I know they're the worst. Yeah, this is great news. Yeah. I hope this is like the first, because remember we were supposed to get like GTA 4 remastered and like Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 frames. Like now that GTA 6 is coming out, we have a long roadway between now and forever to release those games, and they better release them in 2022. I want one every 3 months to just drop another one. Here's GTA 4. Here's Red Dead. Here's please.
Dude,
the year of Rockstar.
I would love a 4 remaster since I never got to give it a chance because like
so
legitimately
good. I just read an article, sorry for the tangent, but I just read an article about one of the Hauser brothers. I think it was the one that left recently. Rockstar. GTA 4 he wrote after living in New York for a handful of years, and he hated everything about it. He hated that city so much. He hated living there specifically, that he put all that cynicism and darkness into GTA 4, and that's why tonally that game is so like, it's like the
Dark.
Temple of Doom. Like, I don't know if you ever hear about Steven Spielberg, where he's like, "Hey, sorry, I made Temple of Doom, guys. I was going through a divorce and a bunch of like dark
my
stuff."
bad.
And that's why that game, that's why that movie, like, is so
his
dark
marriage
and
was
weird.
the temple.
Yeah,
like, remember how your wife ripped your heart out? Remember that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a PG movie where a guy rips out somebody's heart in great detail. You know, so this is his Temple of Doom.
Jeez.
You know, like that.
Sure.
This is a dark game, and it is.
I
but
played
it's
a
really
good amount of it, and I really remember enjoying it. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I can't give you an explanation outside of I just didn't. I just stopped playing it after a while. But I never played some of the acclaimed DLC. The Ballad of Gay Tony, and there's another one too that people love, like
the Lost of the Damned.
Some of that DLC would be great. Yeah. I would love to revisit it and play all that extra content too. So I would absolutely be here for a remaster. It's funny, you go back and look at it now, it looks pretty rough. Like in my mind, it was the most gorgeous game, but it's pretty rough looking.
It's a rough looking.
If you go back and look at it.
If you just up-res it into 4K, like it would look pretty good. I think it would sharpen up those kind of rougher edges. It is a drab, colorless game though, which is kind of
get AI to do it for you. You know?
Yeah, why not? Right? Yeah. Shove it through Unreal 5, and I hear that thing can run anything. So.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be fine.
We all die. Gonna be fine. The machines take over. We all die.
Yeah. Please,
well, guys, I know you've been excited about this. We have a new Horizon game coming out. Horizon Zero Dawn. We had Horizon Forbidden West, and now we get Horizon, as you can see in the title down here, Horizon Steel Frontiers. And if you can read the description here, because this video is ultra widescreen, you can kind of see some of the extra data down here. But the first ever MMORPG in the Horizon universe. Oh, coming out exclusively for mobile and PC.
Okay.
So
Yep. There you go,
only
Dan.
gonna-
Thank you. I don't know if
and it
you're
looks just
if this is a bit
it
right
looks just
now,
like this.
No, it is. It was. I already
yeah.
knew.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know if you already knew or not, but yeah. It was fun.
So-
It was fun watching you
Yeah, and
crash
it's the
out
first
like that.
Horizon entry that's not on the PlayStation at all, unless they just haven't. That'd be weird that they didn't announce it.
That
If it's
is
gonna
weird.
come to
That is
PlayStation.
weird.
Yeah.
It also
Very strange.
strangely makes sense why Tencent got sued with their MMO that looked like Horizon really
Yeah.
recently. Because like I know like it makes more sense. Yeah, it already looked like it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, oh, they were making an MMO. Okay, I see that they're basically
Yeah.
Tencent like beating them to the punch on their own product. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump to this next video because it says it shows gameplay. So like,
Okay.
does the game actually look and play like this? Because it's not like it looks bad. You know what I
No, it
mean?
doesn't
Like-
look bad.
I mean, it doesn't. But again,
No.
I don't want to play something like like playing something like this on a phone makes no sense unless you're connecting
phone
it to one of those
piece,
controllers that
yeah.
can,
Can I,
you know.
and I don't mean to be down on this or like mug or whenever
But here
you're
we go.
mobile, like ooh, yeah, but
The thing is,
like you know, the mobile space is a really competitive space, and like let's me remind everybody that Harry Potter mobile game came out not too long ago, kind of at the height of like Harry Potter's like success, and you know, kind of before some of the more recent kind of controversies and stuff like that, and it failed spectacularly. And I would argue
Yeah.
Harry Potter's a way bigger noticeable brand than Horizon
Sure.
is. Like, where
Yeah.
do they think they're gonna get money to like make this successful? Like, if Harry Potter can do it, you guys can't do it. I don't mean to, you know, again be the, you know, the arbiter of bad news or anything like that, but
Yeah.
it's that initiative. I think it's still like maybe a carryover from that like whole mobile, you know, try to make as many free to play games and see what sticks and
yeah,
what's successful maybe from that.
To me, this looks more like a Monster Hunter almost character
Yeah.
action game with some of the parrying that you're doing as monsters attack you. You're like countering them and stuff.
Mm.
It looks totally different from what I play with Horizon in terms of the
Mhm.
combat. But some of it looks the same, like climbing
Yeah.
this thing and some of the running around and rolling and shooting your bows and arrows. So it's got a little bit of a Monster Hunter-esque element that I feel like
there is no way a
is there.
phone looks like this. Like this, I just like, like I
shocked.
feel like that
I
phone
mean, maybe it's
is
an hour.
100
and your phone's
degrees while
dead.
you're holding it, you know.
An hour and your
and
phone's
the-
dead.
Dead in
I'm gonna
the-
say, and your battery
it's
is
just
like
dead in the
totally
middle.
drained beyond.
It literally
Yeah.
catches on fire.
Cards
It
in
melts
your
in your hand. Yeah.
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 I could be wrong. I don't know.
So
what I'm
anyway,
talking about,
this
but-
is it. By the way, it's the folks at NCSoft who have made some amazing games, amazing
Not-
MMOs. Some
Can
really
I
good
can
ones.
I correct you though? You are right. Not lately though.
No.
Lately they have not.
Their
Thrown
recent track
liberties
record,
and, yeah,
not as good.
it hasn't
I
been
agree with
great.
that.
Yeah, but you know what? But me and
Yeah.
you are City of Heroes guys, and we'll always have that, Tim. So it's gonna be okay. We'll be all right. Maybe if we just hold out long enough, we'll get a City of Heroes reboot, and all of these bad games would have been worth it. So you're out on this,
I'll
Dan,
vote for you
completely.
guys.
You're not gonna check it out.
No.
No.
I mean, again, it's just
There you go.
it's weird that it's not on PlayStation. Like that, if it was on
Yeah.
PlayStation,
It's even in the title.
and they were like, here's like a beta or something, like yeah,
More PG.
It's like they're trying to make sure we know what it is. I don't know. Hey, this is
Yeah.
confusing to me. Why this exists? Why it doesn't exist on PlayStation? Why it looks so good in the gameplay, like visually at least. I'm not sure if it's the. I don't know. I have no idea if this will be good.
If this
fun,
game
successful.
flops, like this is just ammunition for executives to understand that, like, oh well, this brand's not viable then, so we're just not going to fund new stuff going forward. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about just like overextending brands like into stuff like this. Like, no one.
Agreed.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but no one wants this, right? Like, I don't know. I could be wrong. I know Japan has a much bigger like mobile focus. Maybe something like this like kills over there, you know. But like,
And isn't NCSoft a Korean dev too? So maybe it's
yes,
all across that eastern area of Asia. that
yeah,
this is
yeah.
gonna
Maybe
do
it's
well.
super popular in Korea too. Yeah, maybe games
Yeah.
like this always just kill. You know.
Could be. Could be. Well, it's coming. So prepare yourselves. Okay, clench up. It's happening. Can't stop it.
That's what she said.
But hey, also got announced, and I don't know when it's arriving, but we got new hardware coming from Steam, which For the
Yeah.
most part, I hear that and I'm like,
What?
don't care, don't want it. If it's not a
Yeah.
Deck 2, which I would probably get a Deck 2, I don't really care about any other hardware that they have. They've got the headset, the Valve has that headset. So this is the Deck, right? And then, by the way, they were asked about the Deck 2 and they said at some point, but it doesn't make sense to talk about it until we have a significant power upgrade ready to share with everybody. So, which I like that. I like that they're not rushing to get a sequel out to that thing. So they are releasing. Here's their first. They show off their controller, the Steam controller,
Hmm.
which kind of has a mix of Xbox, a little bit of like the PlayStation trackpad, but it's up below your thumbs instead of in the middle.
Kind of like looks
Yeah.
like they
Um,
just
Very
took the
close to
Steam
it.
Deck and took the screen
yes,
away and put both
the
sides
trackpad.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But speaking of the Steam Deck, it also has the back buttons that you can program on the back that you can,
Okay.
um, if however you want to. So like an Elite controller, like the Steam Deck, which is cool. So they talk a lot about the tech behind it, how it's resistant to stick
Hmm.
drift and all those things. So anyway, so you got that.
That's good. I like how that's a talking point
Um,
now. Something that should work
yeah.
I
normally
know.
is a talking point. It's a bullet
Right.
point. We don't do that. Yeah. We
So if
don't
you
ship
see here
broken
with their little
controllers.
graphic, they're showing like we've got the Steam Deck, we've got the controller, they got two more pieces of hardware they're going to talk about. The next one is their next attempt at a console. Um, and if you remember, they did like the Steam Box thing before. They did some
Yeah.
kind of thing like
Yeah.
that.
Man.
So I gotta tell you, I kind of like the way this thing looks. I think it looks really cool. This little square. I
Yeah,
like the
the form
cube
factor is
look
great. You know?
with the little LED light along the bottom. I think that looks really neat. The idea of it being six times more powerful than a Steam Deck, and just plugs right into your TV. I think that's pretty great. They're going to add a new thing on the Steam library where it will tell you if it is Steam Machine verified, whether or not it will run well on the Steam Machine. Which that surprised me a little bit that there might be some games that don't run well on it, but okay. Um, but yeah, it's got all the bells and whistles I think you would want from something like this. What I don't know is how it directly stacks up to like a PS5 or Xbox
That's what I would
Series
want to know.
X.
Yeah, where are
Yeah,
we in direct comparison to those specific things?
because it's going to cost
Um,
as much as one of those.
because like, listen, I probably came off a little dismissive about this in the chat, but like, this is an interesting way to get people into the PC ecosystem, specifically the Steam ecosystem, where you can get in and start buying games for 99 cents, day one. Like I think it
Yeah,
is an easy way to get people in there. And Steam and Gabe Newell have talked ad nauseum about like how they are so popular because like they know everyone just buys games if they go low enough. Games that you won't ever even play. Like I
right.
think they even put out statistics like most people don't
I've
even
got
play
so
like
many in my
80
library that I
percent of
haven't
their
played.
library or something like that. Some crazy number. So it's just like their whole philosophy and product, a profit goes toward, it comes mostly from those types of purchases. If you can
Mm,
Trojan horse this into people's homes,
yeah,
I think it's a great business model, to be honest.
yeah,
I think we were also saying like if you were going to save for one of these, and we don't know the price of this, like you might as well maybe think about building a computer so you have a machine that's a little more multi versatile or whatever. But like
right.
if it's priced right and it's incomparable to the strength of the PS5 and stuff like that, and again it's priced right, like I think that this is probably a pretty good idea. And then you can put one of
Yeah,
these out every few years, upgrade the innards, and I mean I think that you
yeah,
could I think this could be the start of something, and maybe I was a little quick to be dismissive towards it, even though this is not for me. Like maybe if my PC breaks down one day and I don't want to build another one, like, and I'm like, oh, but I still want access to my library. Now I have another maybe option here.
hmm
Um,
Now,
yeah, I don't know.
Dan, I
Like,
think it might be more for you though, right? Are you interested in this because you can finally play on your couch potentially?
This was literally, you know what? I'm gonna email Gabe Newell tomorrow and thank him personally because this was made clearly for me.
I love it. Yeah,
Um,
I think there's a lot of gamers out there just like you,
yeah,
man. To be honest, for sure.
I'm now like, do I still get a? Because like Renee's been like super interested in getting the Steam Deck. Like she's the one that's like brought it up several times because she wants to play all the cute little farm games that are only on
Sure.
Steam. Um,
So
but in
many.
my head,
Yeah.
for the past year, I've been like, I feel like it's like a weird time because like maybe the Steam Deck 2 comes out this year. Like I just haven't really like I keep telling her that like I think maybe they'll be, and clearly not because this is out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if we still do get that just for the portability factor, if like we do bring it places, but
He
this
made it
is
seem like that's
wonderful.
kind of far down the line, you know. So it's like this
Yeah,
is kind
that's
of
The
the
what it
deck
sounds
main
2 is a
like.
focus
ways
now.
away. Yeah.
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 So
But this is
if you're
perfect because I want to
this
play,
might be the better choice
you
now.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, even like, because the first thing that comes to mind, and it has been for a while, is like I want to play. Like Tim is the Valheim guy out of all of us, but I love Valheim. Like it is
Yeah.
so fun, and I love building in that game. But it's like I don't
Yeah, me too.
really game at my PC. I just don't. I don't sit here for hours playing a game. I want to sit my ass on the couch, real comfortable with a controller, and just have a good time. And now
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Although Valheim is
What's
coming to
cool
PS5,
It
but
is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
1.0 is slated for next year.
this
It'll be on
is
PS5.
But now
this is
you don't
still
have to wait
incredibly
for there.
enticing.
I feel like there's still plenty of games that come out. Maybe not always like games that are like in pre-development or whatever, but like that are just kind of on PC for a little while. And like, yeah, you don't have
And
to
then they
wait
hit
to
other
play
stuff.
Valheim on PS4. You don't have to wait to play
Right, right.
that other the vampire. What's the vampire one that was really good too? That
Oh,
like came
V
out on console
Rising.
way later. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to play those
Oh,
games kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
in the moment while they're controller
yeah,
supported, but like maybe also kind of still like in their pre-alpha phases or pre-phases. Like I don't know, I
Yeah.
like that,
yeah.
and like to have a
When the
console that does that at
conversation is
home.
happening around them too. There's something about
Yeah,
playing it while
yeah. I
everyone's
feel like
excited and talking about it.
yeah, I would love to be able to play like the card shop simulator or whatever on my TV. Like, and I probably could if I hooked up my Steam Deck to it and stuff like that. But yeah, something simple like this. Again, like I think I was quick to dismiss this thing, and
Yeah.
I do really like this tech, and
So I
I
do
think
have
that
the little dock for the Steam Deck. I bought one of those,
yeah,
and it works okay for some games. But even playing like No Man's Sky, which is to me a pretty middle of the road game when it comes to like the requirements for it to run. It runs on everything. It didn't look amazing. It looked fine, but to me it was like on par with playing it on the Switch or something like that. It was fine. It
mm,
just wasn't. It didn't look really pretty on the big screen. So I haven't really. I
Mhm.
bought this dock. I've used it maybe twice to put
I'm the same way.
for my Steam.
Yeah,
So so the idea of this being more powerful is great. Having remote play is really great. I don't know if you guys have tried remote play. It actually works relatively well if your computer is on and in the vicinity on the same network. You can have your computer do the powering of the game and just play it on your screen, almost like Wii U style. So remote play
Yeah.
does work. Think PS Portal, like it's that kind of a thing. It does work to do that as
yeah,
well. So I think there's potential here. Here's the question though: what's the price point? What do you guys think
yeah.
this thing's going to be priced at?
Right.
Man, I don't
I've
know. What's the price of the
seen
Steam Deck right now?
I think you can get 400 for
650 for
the
the
smaller
one
one.
terabyte, one terabyte
Is the smaller
OLED
one
is
400 or
650.
is the smaller one more expensive than that? I thought the cheapest one was 4.
I don't know.
I mean, if
I
it's
have to
six
look.
times
I just
stronger
know
than
it's
that,
650 for that one because I've been looking at it.
you know,
6 times
they
stronger,
can
6 times the price.
Yep, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. No, I just it's six
I've
times stronger.
seen.
Like I could see it being 150 dollars more than the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? Because like obviously you don't have to buy like small innards because you have a bigger like space to, like kind of put all your hardware in and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Maybe they can go a little cheaper on some of that stuff. But I don't know. Like that's a guess though. 150, so it's like 600, or something like that maybe.
Yeah,
But
I've
does
seen
I
that
have a
guesses
fair
feeling
between 500 to 1,000.
to a
I have a feeling it's going to
thousand?
be in the
Yeah,
nine. I think it's going to be in the 900 range if I had to guess. 8
so if
900.
it is in a 900 range, it would have to be as strong as the PlayStation 5 Pro. It would have to be for me. You know
That's
what I
what I've
mean? Like
heard.
I
I've
think
heard that
that's
people are evaluating it as being close to the Pro, like power wise.
okay. That's good. I think that's if that's
Yeah.
the case, then because like in my mind it was going to be $600 and maybe maybe a little less than a PlayStation 5. Like
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I was just guessing that. Just to kind of keep things cheap or something. But if they're going for
Mhm.
more PlayStation 5 Pro, that point 0.5 step of this current generation, so it's going to look better than most consoles out there at $900 with the way that things are priced now, for better or for worse, I think
Yeah.
that that's a pretty fair price, to be
Yeah.
honest, if that's the power range.
So I looked up a little bit. Yeah, Steam Deck, you can get the smaller hard drive version for $400, and that's something that Valve wanted to hit. I remember them hitting that. I got the more expensive one because I needed to install a bunch of stuff because I have a problem. But anyway,
Mm,
so they do have 2 versions of
sure.
that. Um, a lot of people are saying that if you piece out what seem to be the specs of this in your own PC build, you're going to spend just under $1,000 if you build out your own PC to do this. So if I'm Valve, I want to come underneath that somewhere. So maybe this will be right at the $799 range. You know,
Yeah.
something could be something like that where they hit 800. I think that's enough for us to go, ooh, that's a pretty big investment, but also maybe get one. You know what I mean? It's that type of price range
Yeah.
where it's like, that's pricey, but all right, I'll have one. Like maybe.
We're back
But I'm
to
interested.
we're back to having
Yeah.
an expensive hobby, guys. That's just kind of where we're at now. Like,
Yes, we
consoles
are.
aren't $100 at Target on the shelf anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
that's and I
Yeah.
hate to
Yeah.
I hate to be that way because I don't want to be like, yeah, capitalism. You know, but like we all know what we're getting into, and yeah, I'm paying these
Yeah, we
prices,
do. Yeah,
man. You know, like that's whenever PS6
Nothing we can
comes
do
out,
about it.
I'm rolling up for $1,000. I'm putting away money now for it. So,
yeah.
but yeah,
Like that's the
it is
thing.
what
This
it is.
gen
You
is
know?
like shown that like not only does the value stay, but like things have gone up in price because of just the chaos of the
Mhm.
world and the things that are
Yeah.
Yeah.
happening, you know, in real time. So
Yeah. A lot of people out there trying to say it better be under 500. I just think that's unrealistic. I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
if Valve can get it to 600, that's a pretty big win for them, I think,
I think
just in
that'd be
terms of
crazy. Yeah. Are there
yeah,
are
but
any word on like different tiers or anything like that? You know, I wonder how like
oh, there is going to
hardware
not that I'm
and
be
aware of.
hard drive expansion works. You know.
yeah, I think there is. Hang on. I thought I had the notes up here. Where did those go?
Oh, the different hard drive sizes, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
going
I
to
wonder if you
have
can expand those though, or if you can use
Or
externals, or if
not
it's
hard drive
solid state,
SSD,
or
but
it's going to have
so
a
it is solid
512
state. Okay.
gigabyte and 2 terabyte storage options. So you're going to have
big
two
difference
storage
Oh,
there.
option
okay.
versions of it. Big
Two
difference. A
terabyte
4
storage
4x
ones, definitely
difference.
over $1,000 for sure. Yeah.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking too. And if they let you do external storage, then the 512 should be fine. Because with the Steam
Yeah.
Deck, what I realized is you can actually use the micro SD cards, and it loads the game right from there, which is awesome. Not a lot of things,
Mhm.
not a lot of consoles let you do that. So you can just play it right from there, which is excellent. By the way, side note, power supply is going to be built in, which is funny because it's such a small little cube already. So
Yeah,
no power
cool.
brick,
There's
just
no power
regular
brick.
old
Wow,
plug.
that's
Wow,
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, interesting. So, and the
impressive.
last thing they announced is their headset. I think they're calling it Frame, and then it comes with a couple of controllers as well.
It
Oh,
looks
it's
comfy,
It
the
dude.
is
VR thing. Yeah, this looks
it,
lightweight.
so
It looks very
it
lightweight.
does look lightweight. I think it operates more like the Quest, where you're kind of streaming from a device to this thing, as opposed to like the
Hmm.
PS VR2, where you get this big hunk of tech on you and you got to plug in all the wires or whatever. Um, so yeah, I think it is more lightweight. It does come with these two little controllers that they're releasing with it too. So, by the way, one of their visions for the Frame is that you're not just playing VR centric titles. You can play any title you want. It'll look like you're in a room looking at a big screen like this. Like it'll actually show up in
Oh,
front of you like a
Interesting.
all
screen.
right.
In-
So I'm
Interesting.
curious to see what that would feel like and look like if you had it on. Am I
The
curious enough to
fidelity
spend
is
hundreds
good.
on this thing? I don't know about that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I'd be like, how does
Yeah.
fidelity's
this look?
really good.
Does it? I'm curious about that. I don't know.
A lot of new
Yeah.
people are gonna be playing. You know what? The we didn't even talk about the elephant in the room. How do you really sell this thing? You release Half Life 3 on this thing, right? Like that's like I feel
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean,
ship it with Portal 3, right? Like this
I
like
mean,
this
Kyle's
yeah, dude.
you
going for the
have
big
to
guns.
like you have to like you have to, right? Like there's no way you're
You
selling a
have
piece of
to.
You
hardware
have
under
to.
like the promise of being like, welcome to the Steam ecosystem. That's all you're buying into. I feel like you have to have a flagship game to like ship like with this thing.
And
Like
Yeah,
only on
I
there.
think I
Only
think you
on
have
there.
to,
Can't
yeah.
get it anywhere
An
else.
yeah,
exclusive so big that you can't like ignore it, you
that's
know.
right. Too big to fail.
That's right. I just
Yeah,
said Half-Life
I.
3 is real. So you heard it here
That's right. You
first.
heard it here first, everybody. Yeah, I think that'd be amazing if they did that, or like bundle in
I'm
something where
suddenly
you
buying
get.
one, I'll tell you that. Yeah. I mean, of course it'd just be on PC only. You know, I don't think it would just be on just the
Yeah,
Steam, you know. I think it'd just be a PC game, but like
it'd be cool if
um
they did something for new Steam users to kind of invite them in, whether it's a little gift card or whatever they could do to like bring you in to start shopping in their store right away. They should do something because it is. If you don't do any PC gaming, it can feel like, well, that's a world I'll never get in. I just play my Switch. Or I just play my PlayStation. I don't do the
mhm.
computer stuff. And they could ease people in a little bit. They already gonna. I think this form factor is gonna help. Will it be successful? I have no idea. The price point
Yeah.
matters. How it's marketed matters. I have no clue if something like this would be successful. I like the idea of it,
I
but
think
will
it's
they
going
execute
to.
it better? You think it'll be successful?
Oh yeah, because again, like so many people like with PC, like I think it is just daunting to some people. Like, man, I would love
Yeah.
to, like, again, my wife, if my wife didn't have me to like break things down and like I understand the ins and outs of video games and all that, like if, but she saw all these cutesy little games, but like she'd be, oh, it's only on PC, and like she didn't want to buy some expensive PC. This is just so easy. It plugs it right into your TV and you can play in the like that convenience is very important to a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
And
I
again, the
agree with you.
catalog of games, the amount of games you can get on Steam is insane. So it's like you just have this insane amount of
Yeah.
games just like that,
I do think it's also a small form factor for a little console. So if they're smart, they'll pull out a nice little like travel case of some kind. The idea being that you take your whole library with you, or if you want like. I remember GameCube had a little handle on it. Remember that?
You remember
It's
the
like,
handle? Yeah,
bring
you
us
better
with you.
believe I remember that handle. I've carried that thing around with me everywhere.
I was hoping you were going the GameCube route there because I think there was a missed opportunity here. They should have called it the Gabe Cube.
The
Gabe Cube?
Get out.
What a
Get
missed
out. Take a walk.
opportunity.
Take a walk. Walk that one off.
I love that. The Gabe
Get
Cube.
out.
I love it. I love it.
Should have called it the Gabe Cube.
All right. Well, last but not least, guys, Sony is really knocking it out of the park with announcing new games in their IP libraries. Here's another one. A new Ratchet and Clank game is coming. You guys should be
What's the twist?
super pumped.
Oh, it's already on it. They didn't even hide this one. It's just on a cell phone.
It's a multiplayer shooter for mobile.
Get outta
mobile
here.
only. Yeah. Yep. So mobile multiplayer mayhem. I'm so out. Like, yeah. I'm not in at all. But hey,
please make it stop.
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. No, I'm gonna make you watch the whole thing.
Made with AI too. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah,
Damn, I'm gonna make you watch this.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what's happening in this world, but hey, I do know this. The Game Awards is coming up. We only have a month left, and one of the things that we do every year, even though we almost forgot this year, thank you, Jeff, for reminding us, even though I still forgot after you reminded me, that the Game Awards are coming up and the nominees are about to be announced. And so what I want to do is make some predictions with you guys on what we think is going to be nominated for a few of the main categories. There's 29 categories last year, probably a similar number this year. I don't know exactly how many for this year. So I don't want to try to predict all of them. That'd be boring. And also we'd be repeating ourselves a lot. So I don't want to get that far into the weeds. So instead, we're going to pick 6 of the major categories and then an overall category of which game do we think will get the most nominations from 2025. Now, keep in mind, anything that releases after like now, right? Isn't the cutoff like today or this past week was the cutoff? I think
it was last week. Yeah,
probably.
They just wanted to make sure Call of Duty squeaked in under the radar, I guess. Anything after Call of Duty is not eligible.
It may not. I don't
think it's gonna win.
Not because if the cutoff was Monday, then Call of Duty didn't make it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And remind you guys, I think GTA 6 comes out like the 17th next year, so it's like they would have to bump. We're going to have to figure out real quick.
They'll bump it.
How much the Game Awards is willing to like mix their rules up for something big like GTA 6. Could you imagine that game not like make the cutoff and like it just doesn't get nominated?
I mean, Killy doesn't give a crap. He said, "Hey, you know what? That Elden Ring DLC, that's a brand new game, guys. Game of the year." Right?
I don't think. I think he said he didn't
go to
choose
hell.
it. I think the panel or whatever chooses it based on nominations.
Whatever.
Like,
I'm blaming Keely. I'm just gonna blame Keely.
I won't let you do it.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you do it. Not my Keely. I'm gonna shut it down, Dan.
Hashtag not my Keely.
So what we're going to do is I'll bring up the little chart here, but what we're going to do is we're each going to guess 3. We're not going to try to predict all 6 or however many they might have in a category, but we're picking 3. And obviously if they are part of the nominations, we get a point. If they're not, we don't. And then we see who gets the most points as we check out our predictions. Now, this screen is super bright and it's shining in my face and I look like an angel. I won't deny it. I look like an angel. I just need to like lower it a little bit.
I don't understand why there are still sites that are just like, yeah, we're just white.
Yeah, watch. I can do it to me too.
White.
Ah, flashbang.
That's all of us. Yeah, all of us have to say,
Yeah,
like, come on, guys.
If you don't have dark mode, then I don't like you. That's kind of like my general feeling on all these tools, including Google Sheets, which has no dark mode.
Yeah.
So annoying. There's probably an extension I could download. Okay, I know
It's probably a
everyone.
tool, but I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yeah,
Out of principle.
I'm not doing that.
Not doing that.
I'm just mad that they
Just
don't
work
have it.
right.
Let me be mad. All right, so here is our prediction sheet for 2025. We're gonna predict some nominees. Jeff sent me some of his Game of the Year nominee predictions, so we'll fill his in as well when we're done. And then I thought it'd be
Okay.
kind of fun. I asked ChatGPT to make some predictions for me. So we're gonna see if AI gets these predictions
God.
right.
What? Yeah.
becoming
If
dudesy?
AI
Are we-
wins, we all can't talk bad about AI ever again.
I know. I agree.
Those are the
If
stakes.
AI
For
wins, we
all
quit.
2026
The show
is us
ends.
just like it's just us like
right.
praising AI every day.
Yeah, we're gonna put
No, we just quit the
ChatGPT
show.
in
The
here
show's
while-
done.
There we go.
Show's
Yeah,
done.
we quit the show.
Chat
We just let
GPT.
ChatGPT do the show.
Yeah, we become dudesy, right? Isn't that what I'm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys know the drill. We've got Game of the Year, Best Narrative, Best Game Direction, Best Art Direction, Best Score Music, Best Indie Game, and then we'll make our picks for which games we think will have the most nominations. Now, Jeff did tell me he only made predictions for the overall Game of the Year, and we can put blueprints in for all the other ones for him if we want to. So that was his
Dispatch and
which
blueprints.
which he's not played, but he just thought it was funny. So anyway, so let's get going with what we think will be nominated for overall Game of the Year, and we'll each take turns going first each round. So Dan, you'll go first this time. For narrative, Kyle, you'll go first. But what do you think, Dan, are 3 locks for nominations for overall Game of the Year?
All right, so you want all 3?
Yeah.
Well, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, of course. Hollow Knight Silk Song, obviously. And Death Stranding 2.
All right. Kyle, what do you think?
Claire Obscure and Death Stranding. I'm trying to find my notes here. Excuse me. Game of the Year. That's tough.
It is tough. I agree.
I'm gonna go say Ghost of Yote.
Ghost of Yote. I have to type that one in. Okay. Okay. All right. I also think Claire Obscure. I also think our Kojima fanboy Keeley is gonna make sure that Death Stranding 2 is on there. And I'm gonna add a different one. I'll say Split Fiction.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Yeah,
I think Silksong makes it on there too. I think everything everybody picked makes it on there, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Let me find Jeff's. He texted them to us in our chat. Hang on, where did it go? Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, and I'll give him Donkey Kong Bonanza out of his list. Even though he probably didn't list them in any kind of order, those are his first 3.
Okay.
So those are the ones that I'll put on there. DK Bonanza also very possible. I don't know if I'd call it likely. It's hard to say.
I don't know. I think that one's like family game or something. I think maybe if it's anything, maybe that.
I think it deserves to be on there for sure.
I think it might make nomination. Yeah, I think it might.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it could. It could. I don't know how many choices you're allowed to have. I forget if it's a 10 to 5. I don't know.
All right. Well, let me bring up ChatGPT's answers. They also selected Claire Obscure.
Machines.
They selected. Where's Dan? There he is. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
That thing's just copying me.
It really is.
And Donkey Kong.
And it's number 3 that it thinks is Hades 2.
Oh, Hades 2. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, ChatGPT. We see you. We see you. All right. Best narrative. We'll start with Kyle this time. That way, Dan, you get a chance to see some that maybe you forgot if you're going through it. It is kind of helpful to not have to go first.
Yeah.
My choices are going to be very boring this year. So it's Claire Obscure and Death Stranding.
Is it these 3 again?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think Yote gets narrative, even though I think the narrative is great. God, I don't know what my third one would be, to be honest. Crap. Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
There you go.
I think that
Thanks
game.
for showing a little love there.
I think for sure. For sure.
All right. I also think Claire Obscure is here. I think Split Fiction is here. And I'm kind of split on where I think it'll go from there, but I'm going to roll the dice. I don't know if it'll get a nomination, but here's hoping, because we just talked about it a bunch. I'm going to put Dispatch.
That's a
I was
great
gonna
choice.
say that too.
It's a great choice.
Now, Jeff didn't give us his picks for this. We'll ask him later
Blueprints.
what his predictions are.
Put blueprints in for
And
now.
same with, here we go. I've got ChatGPT for best narrative. They have these exact three right here. They have Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, and Ghost of Yote as their narrative picks.
Okay.
All right. It is my turn to pick first for best game direction. This is always a weird one, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, is it just the same thing as game of the year? Well, a lot of times they're pretty matched up. Maybe they're totally matched up. I haven't done my research on if they're completely matched up or not. I don't know if you guys have either, but again, this might be a little bit boring. I actually think it's these three from my game of the year. It's the ones I think that'll get the love.
Wait, did Dan do best narrative?
Oh, sorry, Dan. I missed you. Let's go back. Dan, best narrative.
Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, and Dispatch.
That's a good choice.
All right. So I picked for best game direction, Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction. And then let's see what ChatGPT said. Where'd you go, chat? There you are. Oh, they have art direction. Okay, they're being very boring here. This is what they put.
Just the same thing.
I'm proud of them. I'm proud of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
All of their choices have been right so far. Good job.
What do you think, Dan, for game direction?
All right, so Claire, Obscure, Expedition 33, Split Fiction, and say Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Okay. I would love for Kingdom Come to win narrative, or at least be nominated for narrative game direction. I hope that's true. I feel like I'm going to be sad because it's going to be overlooked, but I could be wrong. I feel like it's going to get nominated for best RPG and maybe one other random thing like art direction. Or I have no idea. They'll get nominated for something else and then ignored. But that's just my prediction. By the way, so far there's a game that's in the top that none of us have said, or ChatGPT also hasn't said. That's Monster Hunter Wilds, which is at 89 overall. So maybe that one is also destined for like the action or RPG or whatever.
Yeah, I can see that being best action.
I just feel like that game's like been super quiet. Like I keep seeing things that are like, oh,
I'm shocked that
the amount of people that were like,
even though it's good,
yeah,
it's great
on the front, but.
I played 100 hours of that game, and like that's enough for me, and like that's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't ever play games that long, you know.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I fell off of that one really quickly, which was a bummer for me. I just was like not feeling it, and maybe just the Monster Hunter overall. I just wasn't feeling that. Maybe it wasn't the Wilds, but anyway, we can talk more about that later.
Yeah.
Kyle, what do you think about best game direction?
I think like this game, this subject usually gets won by like your Sam Lakes and stuff like that. Best game director, like that's what you have to think about. This is like created for your Sam Lakes and Kojima, so obviously Death Stranding. It's my game of the year. It's Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote. Ghost of Yote just got like a big accolade from like Japan about being, I don't know, like I think they got the same thing from Tsushima, where it's like they got some kind of like national like recognition or something for being
Oh, interesting.
a real pal to their culture or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Dan, what do you think for best art direction? I think this is the closest thing we get to visuals, right? They don't really have like a visuals category. I think it's called art direction now. So what do you think for this one?
So shocking, Expedition 33.
Yeah.
It's really going to be on all of them.
Crazy how
indie,
it does fit into everything. Like it does fit into everything.
It fits into
it's almost an indie. It is technically actually an indie.
It was nominated for the Indie Awards, so to whatever degree that's like official. It was
Okay.
Kind of unfair, but
Yeah, I don't know if it will like be recognized in this as that. I don't know. Yeah, I've got no
No,
clue.
I take it back. That's not unfair. That's a small team, and they created an amazing like masterclass of a game.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
no,
It's just
they
that there
deserve
was
that.
so much like attention on it that it just
I
feels
know
bigger than it is.
feels like
you
a AAA game, but really, it's not.
know? Hades 2.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
I was trying to think of like something else, maybe a little different.
Some others we haven't talked about. Blueprints, Monster Hunter Wild. Let's see.
Trying to think of other pretty
my list?
games.
Where's my list? We got Arc Raiders. We got Shinobi. We got Sword of the Sea. Mario Kart World. Donkey Kong Bonanza we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, do Sword of the Sea, because I mean that studio tends to get a lot of love at these awards. So.
Okay. Kyle, what do you think for best art direction?
Still so boring on my end. Claire, Ghost, and I want to say Hades 2, but I want to switch it up so I'm not like copying one of Dan's. But I probably will just go Hades 2 just to move things along. Just Hades 2. I was kind of thinking Split Fiction for that. I think Split Fiction kind of a slam dunk in this area. I think like when you think about like just the visuals of that game, like
Yeah, I was thinking that's one of those ones that I hope it would get recognition for that. I don't know if it would.
Yeah.
Best art direction. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Again, it's hard not to put Clair Obscur in here for all of these.
We're all getting a point.
You guys have heard
for sure.
You've heard us gush about it, and
it's gonna get nominated for
best.
everything. I promise. Like
It's one of the best
I think
games.
it almost fits into everything. So.
A few games that I think are deserving of this. Some of my side-scrolling favorites, like Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I think would be deserving if they got it. I don't think they'll get it. Same with like South of Midnight. I think would be absolutely deserving of art direction. I just don't think it's gonna get it. I think it's gonna be kind of forgotten. And Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hey, everyone likes to crap on Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft.
Beautiful game.
They're idiots. And Shadows is like one of the best Assassin's Creed games. It's so good. But yeah, this is going to be really boring. I do also think it's going to be. I think Death Stranding 2 is a no-brainer for best art direction.
I wanted to change. I just didn't want to because it's making it the same every single time.
You want to mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to mix it up just a little bit.
I get it. I'm going to put Split Fiction in there too. I think Hades 2 is likely, but I think Split Fiction.
We're all kind of forgetting about Doom. Also, I think Doom's pretty perfect for this particular.
Doom would be great for this one.
Yeah, for this particular. One.
Yeah.
But,
I know for some folks, it's also in the other categories too. But yeah, I think Doom is kind of slated for the best action because they don't have a shooter category, right? They just have action, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I forget. Sometimes they have best shooter. I think. I don't know. Who knows? There's no way to tell.
There's no way to know. ChatGPT does have an opinion here. They also think it's
Shocker.
Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
And then,
I was waiting for Tim to highlight all three.
Hades 2.
Sure.
And Death Stranding 2.
It's right. It's still right.
All right. Kyle, you're kicking us off with best score and music. What do you think? This is to me is where it gets a little more challenging because I'm like, okay, not what's my favorite. What do I think will get nominated here? It's tough.
I know, but my favorites I think will get nominated. That's what's tough.
Hey, that's exciting though, right? It's a good year for Kyle games.
It's been a the year has been very kind to me in this department. I am just gonna go my game of the year suggestions is Claire, Death, and Ghost. I think that those are safe. Sorry for all the safe noms this year.
Yeah, you jerk.
Yeah.
All right. My turn. I'm going to say absolutely Clair Obscur. I can't believe it wasn't nominated for a Grammy. They nominated like the Avatar.
Yeah, that's so insane to me. Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's so crazy.
Now, I'm not saying that the Avatar music isn't good or that the Indiana Jones music isn't good.
I don't think I've ever heard.
But...
I don't think I've ever heard a single song get pumped up so much, other than the main theme for this game.
I know.
It gets played everywhere.
Yeah, whatever. I'm a little blown away by it, but it is what it is. What can you do? All right, for the other soundtracks, let's see. Oh, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna roll the dice just because I love it so much. Maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 could get a nomination here. By the way, the music is
It is really
unreal
good.
in this
Yeah,
game. It
it's
is
very good.
so good. And last but not least, let's go with. I'm trying not to be like too deep cut. I'm trying to be like, okay, yeah, it's just gonna be Hades too. I think it's the
He's
same
just great
guy.
in
It's
that.
that Darren Korb guy. He keeps doing the music, and he's just a brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant voice
keep on
actor
paying
and
him.
musician. Yeah, he's so good. Um, okay, ChatGPT, what do
ChatGPT.
you think? They say, gosh, they are so boring.
They're right though. That's right. You
Claire
know,
Obscure,
like
Hades, and Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. I'm pushing so hard because like Kojima got Woodkid to do like almost all the music, and like he's a pretty
Yeah.
big global star, and like so it's like
Oh,
that.
I know people love the music there. I've heard people talk about it too. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. Even
Of
like
course.
just not the stuff that he like. Yeah, the stuff he's singing is beautiful, but like all the, like the ancillary music going on
Yeah.
in that game is like freaking ridiculous. So
Yeah. Yep. What do you think, Dan, for best score and music?
All right, so this one I'm gonna get a little loopy. Well, not
he's going
really. We'll
crazy,
start with
guys.
Expedition 33. Expedition
Oh,
33,
okay.
obviously. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, because
I
the
love it.
music
Yeah,
in that
dude.
game is
It's very
bananas.
it's very good. Yeah.
And this
And it's a
one is
key part of the
purely
game
from the
too.
heart.
Like, you can make an argument that like it
Yeah,
deserves it for
true.
Yeah.
that too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And this one is purely from the heart because it's just who I am in my heart and soul. And the soundtrack is just amazing. Ninja Gaiden 4. Because it
No, you're
deserves
right.
it. The
I think it
soundtrack
gets.
the soundtrack is so
I think it gets a
effing
nom.
good.
Yeah. I think
It's
it gets a
so
nom for
good.
sure.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah, it is really
Yeah.
incredible.
It's really good. So
All right. Moving on to best indie game, and I need to pick first. So I'm gonna start with Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Hmm.
I think Hades 2 is technically it's an indie game, right? So I think
Yeah.
that's in there. And then assuming it qualifies as one, Claire Obscure. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I don't know why it wouldn't be those. And Chat GPT agrees with me. I just now looked there. There we go. Dan, indie game.
let's just
Maybe this is where
trying
Sword
to
in
see
the
if there
Sea
was like
gets
a
a nom too. I don't know.
yeah, I was thinking that. Deltarune's not fully out, right?
I actually don't
No,
know.
no, and it's been coming out for years, so I don't think
Right,
it.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't even know
technically,
if
I
new
think
episodes are coming
Dispatch
out.
is indie. I think Keep Driving is indie. I think Blueprints is indie.
Oh,
And
that's
of
true.
course, like Hollow Knight.
All right,
Hades.
so
Claire
yeah,
Obscure.
Hollow Knight, Hades 2.
You can put those two for me too. I think those are pretty locks.
Okay.
And then yeah, do Blueprints. I haven't thrown that in there, so let's do Blueprints.
Which, by the way, I got to do that for all of Jeff's other picks.
Yep,
There
there you go. Fill me in for Dispatch. I think you convinced me on that one. And I do believe Claire Obscure is gonna get nom for this. Again, I think they're gonna get nommed and win almost everything.
You're just trying to
Like,
make it more exciting. You're trying to mix it up a little bit.
I'm just trying to mix it up, man. Yeah, I didn't have one that I didn't
Yeah.
choose Claire Obscure on. I think y'all all did it too. You know, I need to pay that forward.
Yeah. All right. Let me look. Did I? Yeah, I failed that test. I picked it for every category. I'm a little biased, but I also do think that it's gonna get nominated for everything.
I think it will.
Yeah,
Which
for
I
sure.
think maybe all of our probably thoughts on that will probably be this last thing here.
Even
Claire
things that it
Obscure.
doesn't belong in, like action game or puzzle game or something.
Best
But yeah,
family game because there's a family
action
in
is
it.
pretty cool.
Best family game.
The family, it is about family, you know.
It's true.
The family you choose,
That's the whole
and
story.
the family you don't choose, you know.
Yeah. The whole
That's
story
at the
is
core
family
here.
centric.
Yeah.
I played it with my family. You know, my two kids loved it. They're big book readers. They love book series and all that kind of stuff, and they got hooked on this game. So definitely not a family game. All right,
Rightfully so.
Dan, what do you think for games with most nominations?
Expedition 33. Sure. Yeah, actually, just what I put as game of the year there, that feels right.
These three?
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, what do you think for most nominations?
I think Claire Obscure, Hades 2, and Death Stranding, I guess. Just put Death Stranding.
Yeah. I mean, you know who the host of this show is, right?
Yeah,
Just
but he
go
doesn't
with your
choose
heart.
anything. Yeah.
Go with your heart, Kyle.
And it's not my heart. I really think it gets nom for a bunch of stuff because people were pretty impressed with this game. Because you have to think about who it's the reviewers and all the journalists that we don't like. They're the voters of the nominations and the so like think about like what things got rated. Hades 2 got 10s out of 10s. Death Stranding 2, its praises got sung after the first game was kind of like hit and miss with people. So I just think that those games get nominated for a bunch of stuff. And I think Claire Obscure gets carried along as well. What did you choose, Tim?
Same as you. Claire Obscure, Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, I think, are getting the
Okay.
most nominations. And if it's not Hades 2, it'd be maybe Split Fiction. But
I think Split
I
Fiction.
think we all agreed. I think we all agreed that Claire Obscure is going to get the most. So
yeah,
that's
I
kind
think
of the
so.
number one. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I remember the Game Awards love Jason Ferris or whatever. So like Split Fiction is probably going to get nominated for way more things than we nominated it for. You know, I think it gets picked up for a lot.
And hey, I'll say this, and Kyle, you finished it too. Dan, I don't know if you ever did you play it yet? Did you play Split Fiction yet?
No.
Okay. I think you should. I think you'd really enjoy it. But I know Kyle, you and Jeff finished it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It brought me and Jeff closer together. It's going to be healthy for you and your wife for sure.
We never finished what was it? It Takes Two. We never finished that one because sometimes those types of games, they're just almost too mechanically much for her, and she gets frustrated.
They do get hard.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. They're very particular at what it's asking for you.
Yeah.
But there is a scene where you are pigs running around a farm in this weird dreamlike place and collecting apples and using rainbow farts to get to areas you couldn't get before. So
no, I'm a big hot dog level guy, where you're a hot dog and you have to hoist yourself out on a grill and cook yourself and
put ketchup and mustard on yourself.
Put ketchup and mustard on you, yeah.
Yep. All right, so there you go. We'll find out how accurate we are when we circle back next week for our next episode. We will grade ourselves and score ourselves on how we did with these. But hey, listen, before we wrap things up for this week, let's touch base on anything else we are playing. I'll kick it off real quick because it's really not much. The only thing I've been playing besides what we've already talked about, I haven't gamed a ton this week, but when I did, I was actually diving back into Enshrouded, which just launched their Wake of the Water update. They are getting close to 1.0. Nice. I think they're targeting first half of next year to launch on everything. Enshrouded is a phenomenal open world action adventure survival builder game. Next to Valheim, it's one of the best building systems. It takes a little getting used to. The menus are a little wonky. I don't love the way they work, but once you get into the flow of it, like, oh, okay, that's how you bring up. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's kind of that voxel based a little bit, but you can build things as big floors or big walls or big roofs. It's just weird at first. You're like, I have to build this one square at a time. This is so stupid. But then you just have to realize you have to figure out how to expand that. And anyway, once you get into that groove and you start recruiting NPCs and taming pets, and you have your own like little farm homestead with people and pets all walking around that you've recruited and brought in, that's where I wish Valheim had a little more life to it, because you can build these incredible structures in Valheim. It's just empty, and the only way to fill it up is to like convince friends to get back online and run around there again. That way you're not all alone, which sounds depressing. But anyway, Enshrouded is great. They added a whole new area actually multiple areas where you can now go underwater and explore a lot more. Anyway, it's super, super fun. I love this game. I think they did a great job with it, and I'm excited to see it get 1.0. So that's the main thing I've been playing.
And let me know if they keep on this with the future updates or updates this most recent one. But there was a quest structure in that game that always gave you like really good direction, and I feel like this genre never has that. You know, is the quest system still like there? Is that they enhanced it at all, or cool?
So they've enhanced it a little bit. They've also, I think their fast travel is even better than it was before. I'm glad they have fast travel. A lot of these games don't. They're like, too bad, make your way back.
Yeah.
You know, die if you want to go home. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
yeah, right.
It's
all about the return trip.
I'll go die then.
It's all about the return trip, and you can scale the difficulty meters, by the way. If you want to play, because you can kind of set up your own private server to play your own single player game, a la Valheim or something like that. You don't have to play with other people, but you can play with other people. And you can change the scaling of everything from enemy difficulty to what happens when you die to your stuff. So I don't know if they'll take that away in 1.0, but for right now, you can adjust all those things.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think the quest structure is great. You pick which quest you want to go after. It puts the little, it's Ubisoft style, right? It puts it up on the little map, and it's easy to find your way that direction. Yeah, I think they did a really good job streamlining all of that stuff, and they did overhaul the way that a lot of the food works and all the way that the weapons scale. They make a little more sense now. Some of the ones you get at the beginning, as you build up into other things. So the weapons are cool. Yeah, I really dig that game, dude. It's a really good time. So
yeah.
But Kyle, what about you?
Nice.
Anything that you are playing other than the stuff we've just been chatting about?
Now I keep on. I'm like in the vortex of Battlefield 6 still. You guys, you shoot people in that game and things blow up. But that's
Kyle, I might get Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty has been such a disappointment. Isn't that weird?
It's cool,
I never
man.
would
I
have
wish
thought.
there was a way to like play it for free. I know you can play the Warzone thing for free, but I know that's not really like your the battle royale thing.
Yeah.
I know that's not really your style. I hope anytime there's like a free weekend I hear about, I'm absolutely gonna at least put it in your ear because I would just be
need to
interested to
check
see
it out.
what you think of it. You know, it is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of moments where I'm just like, wow, this could have only happened in this game, like action move me moments. A quick one is like I was dragging a buddy out of a building and a plane came by and like shot rockets into the building, so the building started falling apart. But I was just ahead of the fall animation, so it was falling to pieces while I was dragging him out and reviving him.
That's
and
epic.
as I was coming out, there were tanks on both sides of the door, opposite tanks. One of mine, one of the other teams, they were fighting. Both tanks blow up because our tank killed that tank. But then that jet came back around and blew up our tank with the missile. I'm still dragging my guy out. Well, now I'm out of the building, but there's explosions all around me on both sides. It's a non-scripted, totally crazy war, Battlefield type of moment. And I'm just like,
if that was a
Yeah,
war movie,
one
then you would have
kicks
looked
in.
down and your friend would have had like no bottom half.
No
You know what I mean?
legs,
Like you'd have been pulling
yeah,
at half of the
yeah.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. And like there's moments like that where like I'll like just just viscerally stand up and start cheering because like the game is just a factory of moments like that. But yeah, I can also understand that like it's it being daunting. It's like people who play Battlefield are like they're play Battlefield every year, so it's just maybe the entry might feel a little hard to get into, but play your role, and lean into whatever class you're playing, and like you can have a good time. I don't really have a good kill death ratio. I just go around reviving people and healing them up and throwing down ammo and
Healers
shooting
are
a few
important.
people that I come across. Yeah, you got to have healers, man. But yeah, so I'm playing that quite a bit. I'm still playing Age of Imprisonment. That game really nailed it with the music. I'm sure y'all remember Tears of the Kingdom. That the music in that game is like bizarre. They took a lot of that and repackaged it here. New songs. I actually can't remember if they reuse any songs, but like it's very of that vibe and stuff. And the game the performance in that game continues just to astound me. How they get that game so stable on the Switch too. So. It's fun, and the story is like in your face. It's cool to see like Ganon being like this like mustache twirling villain and tricking everybody into believing that he's like a hero and killing everybody. Like I forgot like, and I guess spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom. I forgot like he kills the queen and stuff like that. Like you get all that extra background like in this game. Super good.
Ganon's not a nice guy.
Ganon's not nice. I love a good, evil, hot, handsome Ganon. We all love a shirtless Ganon. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, I Outer Worlds 2, I haven't really gotten back to. Sadly, I got distracted by like Dispatch and stuff like that. But I plan to jump back into that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I've been playing. So I'm just kind of all over the place right now. But I got Dispatch off, so I can kind of refocus back on some other stuff.
Yeah, I got to get back to Outer Worlds 2 and Ghost of Yotei. I love both those games. Just
yeah.
Combination of availability and time, but also like other things that I just have a slightly more interested in trying or playing. So
games are huge too. Like they're both like
I know.
Very big, very big games.
I know. Anyway, Dan, what about you? What have you been playing? I know you finished a couple things.
Speaking of Ghost of Yotei, not only did I finish it, but I got the platinum.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how.
Was it an annoying platinum or was it?
No,
one of the easier ones.
But so I beat the game and I had like maybe 10 trophies left to get, like if
Okay.
even that. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
But I'm
though,
also
pretty
the type of
just-
person, which is why my timer in games is always so high that I'm like just going through every nook and cranny, checking all
Oh,
this
man.
stuff. So this game is like, yeah, you know, I find a camp, I take out the camp, I want to find whatever item, piece of armor, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, hot spring. Let me go in the hot. Like
There you go, Dan.
I
Yeah,
just
there it
I
is.
go out of my way to look for the. There it is. Thank you, thank you. I like
All
to
of its
thank God.
glory.
Like to thank
Yeah.
thank God for this. Yeah. Big guy upstairs, my mom. Gotta thank my mom. Of course, my wife,
And
who
your
is the
agent.
real
Gotta thank your
platinum
agent.
in my
Thanks,
life.
Mr. Sony, for
Uh,
all that you give us.
She's the real
you know?
platinum.
Yes. She's my wife is the real platinum in my life. Thank you. What's his face? I can't even remember his name now. But he's gone. Sony guy. That Phil Spencer was always bullying.
Oh yeah,
Why can't
what
I
is
think of
that
his
guy's
name all of a
name?
sudden?
I can only think of the Japanese
Forgot
guys now.
his
I'm like
name.
Shuhei Yoshida. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Shuhei,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why I can't remember that guy's name all of
I
a
can't
sudden.
either.
Was
We
it
made
Jack?
memes of him on this
Jack
podcast.
something? Oh, Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan.
Yeah, Jim Ryan. There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim Ryan. This is for you.
The guy with 2 first
Thank
names.
you, Jim Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you,
The
Jimmy.
guy who Phil's
Thank you,
always
Jimmy
pulling
Ryan.
the seat out from underneath him in class. What a jerk.
But yeah, Ghost Yotai was fantastic. That game is I still haven't shared. I have like maybe 30 new photos since I shared that
Dump him.
just that dump photo dump that I gave you guys last time. The photo mode is just so fun. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful game, and just like tweaking all the colors and angles, and like being like, oh, like making shots look really dynamic and catching moments. But yeah, it's just it's a great game. I think I like the pacing. I don't remember the pacing of the first one. I know I didn't hate it because I obviously really enjoyed that game. I think I platinumed Tsushima also. Maybe I didn't. I don't actually remember. But I really liked the pacing of this one. I think more. And the game doesn't feel like overly huge, but it's not small. It just has a good flow to it, I think, as you go through the areas, and nothing feels kind of like a chore. You're just going through the game, and again, with the way I explore every nook and cranny, it just like wasn't cumbersome, and yeah, it just wasn't a chore, wasn't annoying. So just really enjoyed it. Good time.
Nice.
Very good time.
Dude, you're making me want to go
Atsu's
back
great.
and play. I gotta finish it. I'm still probably only about a third of the way through the main story, so I gotta buckle
Dude,
down and do
I'm
it.
telling you, the back third of that game is so good. It's insane. Not that the first two thirds aren't. I think that whole game's great, but the back third is like so insane how good. Like
Atsu has a nice arc. She has a nice arc.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And now I finally have finished Final Fantasy Tactics. Finally.
Yeah, you did.
I thought you finished it last time.
Final.
Was there an extra?
No, last
special...
time.
Oh no! You were at the very end.
On...
Yeah, you're at the very end.
Yeah, I was at the very end.
Yeah.
That's right. So I finally beat that game. Not a lot of trophies left on that, so I might platinum that too.
I don't think you're allowed to call yourself a
game, man.
Bro if you don't platinum it. So
this is very true. That's very true.
Huh?
But man, I absolutely get now why like this is like some people's favorite Final Fantasy period. Like it's just this game doesn't pull punches. Like it's dark. It's very mature. The themes of the game are very mature. The story just overall is pretty mature. Obviously the characters are all like small, and it kind of looks maybe kind of cutesy a little bit because of just the art style. But yeah, like people just getting killed, like especially as you get towards the end of the game, and like things are really escalating, and like people are backstabbing each other, and like the twists that happen in the story, like this character's a what, and like just people killing each other. Like it's a really just shame on me for not playing it back then. Although I don't know if I would have appreciated it as much, because even though I love 7, 8, and 9, and that's where I really started the series.
I felt like I appreciated
like
the story way more at my age now than however it was whenever I played it when I was dumb and young. So I think that very much holds true.
There is also the political or I don't know if political intrigue is the right thing, because like Final Fantasy 12 has a lot of that kingdom, like the kingdoms going at one another, and that's what's happening here too. It's a very Ivalice thing. Apparently they like to just have all these kingdoms going at one another. But yeah, I'm glad I finally experienced it. It's phenomenal. I'm happy that that it exists and I could get my hands on it, because this would be like a top 3 game for me this year. If it was a new game, I'd be like, this is in the top 3. Like this
Yeah.
game
I
is
think
awesome.
it's
Yeah,
your
easily.
list. I think you could do whatever you want with your list. That's what I think.
Yeah, no
I-
one's
I-
stopping you.
you know
I
what,
think we
I
shouldn't
will
be
do it.
beholden to
Actually,
rules, and I
Yeah.
think
you know
I
what?
think we
All
should
3,
throw
all
it
top
out.
3s, Final Fantasy Tactics. All 3 spots.
All
It's
right.
just
Well, now we're
tactics.
getting crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm giving you too much freedom on the
Um,
list. So you got to reel it back
This is going to be the first time in a couple
that's
years that we haven't had a Final Fantasy game, I think, as game of the
yeah,
year.
it's true.
Feels like
Yeah.
it's
So that
been
I'm
a
gonna
while.
try to sneak tactics in there. I'm gonna try to convince you
No.
guys.
Tactics then.
You're like, well, you know,
Okay. Tim and I will rightfully block you, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, we
okay,
will.
okay.
But I'll tell you, I also
Uh,
don't. I love that game, even though I never finished it. I love
Mm.
Tactics. It reminds me
Yeah.
too, like Square with their mainline Final Fantasy games. We know with especially, well, really even the Super Nintendo ones, but especially in the late '90s, they didn't mind going to some dark places. But for their
Yeah,
spin-off,
yeah, yeah.
non-mainline ones, Tactics, but also like Xenogears, like they went off the reservation with some of the storylines
sure.
and stuff. They were just
Sure.
like, dude, they're getting heavy.
Xenogears is
So, you know.
bonkers. Like, is insane.
Yeah.
Isn't complete insanity. Like that game is.
Yeah. Or, oh yeah. Yeah.
Like that's. Whew.
Please re-release that game with the
and
real
I-
ending. You know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, finish it.
I feel like it's impossible.
You know, and
but
then
they
and then
should.
package up and re-release Xenosaga while you're at it. Let's just get all the Xenos
Yeah,
out
that's-
there. Let's just
You know what?
bring them all
Yes.
back home.
Yes.
Yeah, do all of it.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I finished 2 big games, so right now my little palate cleanser is and I think it was a couple of weeks ago it came out. Tim, you had showed the video of Silly Poly Beast.
Oh yeah,
Kind of
how
has
is
that like anime looking style to it, which I
yeah.
had played a demo, or I saw somebody play. I can't remember if I played the demo or if I saw somebody playing the demo. It's really cool. So mechanically, it actually reminds me a lot of like Signalis, because it's like isometric
okay.
a decent amount of the time, like when you're doing the gameplay, like the combat, but then like there's just a lot of like different choices with like camera angles. So like you'll do the combat, it's kind of isometric, and then you'll go down like this tunnel, but the tunnel is like side scrolling, so like she's going left to right to get from one area to another. It's like smaller interconnected areas, which is also pretty Signalis like similar to that, because Signalis
What a cool
is also
style
like
for this game
interconnected
too. The
areas.
style of it's great.
This is
Yeah.
what are you playing this on, Dan?
PS5, on the PS5.
Okay, cool. This looks cool.
The
I remember you
art
showing
style is
this,
really cool.
the other week.
The way that the story is presented, it has a bit of like Persona vibes, and like you're like in this kind of like underworld, like mysterious area, and like there's all these like just kind of like otherworldly like entities and creatures and things going on under there, and like like the way the colors kind of pop up on the screen, and like a voice is like kind of whispering something, and it'll be like in scratchy pink font, like kind of like shaking, like like kill them or something like that. It just kind of has a little bit of like Persona-ness to it when you're in the dungeons in Persona specifically. But this also has some pretty dark themes. Like this asshole right here, he's the drunkard. So like he basically like tries to stop her here, and is like almost like he wants to put his hands on her, but she's like a kid.
Jeez.
Like something to do with like an orphanage, and like some bad things happening in because the story, as far as the orphanage part, they're kind of like piecemealing. So I don't have like the full picture yet, but it seemed like some bad things were happening at the orphanage.
Yeah.
So then they like light it on fire, commit arson. And like she's like kind of like on the run, but like her friend is missing. I think my thing was freezing up for a second there. And this right here, this feels very Persona. Like that guy right there, that like felt very Persona. Or like these guys right here. These are
cool
like the
vibes
resistance
on this game,
guys.
man. I'm
I
glad
really
you're
like
playing
the
it, because
art
now
style of
it's
this game,
re-elevating it to my radar. I remember looking at it thinking, oh, that's cool, and I forgot about it. So I'm glad
Same,
you're re-elevating it.
The combat is the combat's not like super difficult, but it has a little bit of a challenge to it, because like she does a dodge roll which doesn't use stamina, but her attacks, so she attacks with the melee attacks with that skateboard on her back, and that uses stamina, so she can't do like too many swings. She does like 3 to 4 swings, and then you're having to like roll, and the enemies can kind of like lunge at you sometimes, so you have to
is that your only weapon?
So the skateboard is the melee weapon. She gets like a gun.
Oh.
which has 6 bullets in it, and they'll deplete. But then there's like these like oil barrels, like fire in them, and like if you go near them, it replenishes the bullets.
Okay.
I just got a new weapon, so so there'll be more weapons and stuff.
So limited but not rare, in terms of like bullets.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
That's awesome.
It's a really cool game. It's not long. How long to beat has it at like 6.5 hours to beat. So
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, I just think it's actually a really, really cool game. I don't know how many people know about it, but it's kind of a shame it'll
Yeah.
probably not do well because it's actually pretty interesting. So
Well, if it's an indie game, hopefully the expectations aren't so high that it would fail. Hopefully
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
people
yeah.
play it that it's successful. I think that'd be great. Yeah, good call out on that one. Silly Poly Beast. People should go
Dan,
check
did
it
you
out.
see that they like stealth launched a Switch 2 version of Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Did you
They did.
upgraded that?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, like a
Are you
Switch
are
2.
you in the
Oh, a
mind?
Switch 2 version.
Yeah,
Wasn't
like a
that
Switch
already
2
out?
version. No, I mean a regular version of it, but I think a Switch 2 version of it just stealth released
Oh,
like earlier,
Yeah.
like last week or
I'm
something
not sure
like
what upgrades
Oh,
other than
okay.
like performance,
that.
but
Yeah,
there's an
yeah.
official
So
Switch 2
if you want that
version.
game to look prettier, I think it's like a
It could
$10
be
A
a
little
thing where
less
there's a little
jaggy.
bit of extra
a
content.
little
I
less
don't know.
janky.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might have new content too. Yeah, I'm not exactly
I
sure.
don't know.
I know she mentioned that there was going to be like an actual like expansion coming out, so I don't know if that's part
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to check.
yeah.
She
That'd be
does
great.
still play
Hello
that daily.
Kitties.
So
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I think that does it for us this week. We'll see how we do on our predictions. We were very safe, but also let's just be honest. Like that's just the kind of year it is, where you've got a handful of juggernauts, more than some years. Some years don't
Safe
have that many,
bets.
and it's harder. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
harder to pick because it's like I don't know what the top games are. I feel like this year, yeah, there's a really strong it's very top heavy. There's some incredibly strong games at the very top this year. So, which means good news for us, for those of us who like lots of different high quality games. There's been a lot of good ones, but.
And,
Hey,
and,
listen,
and it
thank you
just
all for
proves that we're
watching.
out of touch too, because none of us
I know.
nominated our graders, so we're completely out of touch. 3 old out of
I know.
touch geezers who don't know anything about video games.
That's us.
It's true. We're
And
just
I will
old
say too,
farts.
like, if I went with my heart, I would have picked, for example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to be on there a lot more. I would love for it to be. I think it's
That game got
deserving. I just
10s.
have
I'm telling you, like
know,
reviewers
I know.
nominate. I think I
know.
bet you it's gonna get nominated a lot. I think it's gonna surprise us.
I hope so. I would love for that to be the thing where, I should have trusted in it more. You know what I mean? It was just an early year release, and we've had some absolute stellar games since then. So
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for watching and listening. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.